I would tell you if I did. I would be directly honest because, you know, when you have, just so you know, like, why are you wearing that on your face? Don't you know that the public really hates that? That you pledge an allegiance not to the American flag, but to a blue stripe?
We're not pledging allegiance.
Well, then why is he wearing that? You look like a clown. Like, why would you put that on your face? So disrespectful to us.
I don't believe so.
It's so disrespectful to us. This is a public library. I'll answer your question for you, sir. And this is a public library, so I have a right to film in here. I could literally be auditing this library, and if you guys arrested me, which I would allow you to do, because I wouldn't resist, you know, then I would sue you all. I would sue every person here and this campus, and I would win. It would take a year or two, but I'll win. This is how it works. I mean, this is the laws of our country. And mandates, as you know, from the 1920 Prohibition mandate that's based on the Volstead Act, what it did is destroyed America. Right? You know that.
No.
Oh, yeah. It created the prison industrial complex. We had 300,000 people. In 1920, we had about 40,000 people in prison. By the time the mandate ended in 1933, we had quadrupled that. We had 160,000 people in prison. And we built the prison industrial complex based on a mandate. Are you for that? Making criminals out of people? The only reason they're mad at me is because I'm not wearing a mask, which is silly. You know as well as I do that mask, and yours is dirty. Look how dirty his mask is. You think that's healthy? You think that's healthy? You couldn't possibly think that's healthy.
Who are you talking to?
You. Do you think that's healthy to wear that dirty? You guys, look how dirty the mask is. It's filthy.
It's dirty on the outside.
Because you touch it and take it off. How many times do you go into surgery and they take the mask off and put it back on, take the mask off and put it back on?
Go into surgery.
Well, God bless you, sir. He doesn't go into surgery. Good for you, brother. I'm glad you're healthy, dude. You look like you're a healthy guy. You look like a guy that is. I didn't come to audit the library. I just came to ask them, where John Kavanaugh's office was. I didn't come in here to audit the library. I didn't do that. I came here to hand out some flyers. Who's running with this? This is a community building, my friends. I looked it up before I came. This is a publicly funded campus, and the charter is good until, what's the charter good until? 2037. I believe that the publicly funded campus is good till 1930. But let me just talk to you for a second. Listen, when you put that on, when you put that thin blue line on, what you do is you tell the public that you're our enemy, that you believe that it's us versus them. That's what happens when you put that thin blue line on. You tell us that you're against us by wearing that thin blue line, that you've pledged allegiance not to the Constitution, but to a blue stripe on your face. And it's an embarrassment. You honestly, sir, I really love your last name. You say anything, it's a Native American last name? Is that Native American? Anyway. But you tell us by wearing that you're against us, that you are against the people and you're not for the Constitution. You know that, right? Like, that's how we see it. You can ignore me, but that's the truth. That's the truth. Let me ask you, can you tell me, why would you put that on your face? How come you put that on your face? Why would you wear that? I mean, there's thousands of people watching. Why would you wear that on your face? I'm just wondering. Typical cop. I asked him exactly why he would wear a clown mask, and he acts like a clown. He doesn't speak. Embarrassing. What an embarrassment.
So did the librarians ask you to leave?
No.
The mask, they haven't?
They asked me to put on a mask, and I politely declined.
When you declined, did they ask you to leave?
I'm not answering any questions,
Okay.
as you know.
Well, I'm not answering any questions either, so just so you know.
Okay, clown. Untrue. And now I have another cop here who I'd like to identify. What's your name, sir? Name and badge
My
number?
name is Sergeant Combs. I'm going to ask you to stand up for me, please,
For what?
because I'm going to ask you to leave the office.
You're going to ask me to leave? For what?
I'm going to tell you to leave the office. Stand
You're
up. out
going
of
to
your
tell
chair.
me to
Yes, I
leave?
am.
I'm here to file a complaint.
This way.
Are you forcing me to leave? I mean, I don't want to
I'm
get
asking you to leave. If you don't leave, you will.
right. Then I'm criminally trespassed. But what's your reason, sir?
Sir,
What's your reason?
this way to the door,
We'll
please.
explain.
Can I get your name and badge number just one more time?
Sergeant Combs, ID 2158. This way to the door.
I'm going to sue you.
Congratulations.
You're gonna
This way
get
to the door. Okay.
So then who's gonna take my
This way to the
complaint
door.
on the police?
I'll address you down in the lobby.
Okay, let's just dress me down in the lobby.
I'll be right with you.
Okay.
Keep escorting them to the
You
elevator.
got a nice haircut, brother.
Sir, would you like to walk this way?
I'm complying. I'm not a road runner here. I don't move that fast.
I'm just asking you to come this way.
So now I'm not allowed to file a complaint. Why did he just kick me out of the office?
We will explain everything once we get down there.
Okay, explain it to me.
Because okay. He'll explain it to you, but everything will get explained to you, okay?
Okay.
So
What needs to be explained to me about my rights?
it will be explained to you.
I-
I don't know why I need to repeat myself every time.
But-
So just be patient with us.
Be patient with you.
Once we get downstairs, it'll be explained to you.
Have you
okay?
have you read the Mullen Commission? Do you know what
No.
internal affairs does? They do what this guy's doing. I mean, look what a tyrant this guy is. Look how he's acting tough with me. You're not tough, dude.
Let's go.
You take off that badge and gun, you're a wussy. You're a total wussy.
All right, sir.
No, you are, dude. You're a total puss. You are. You're not acting tough because you got a badge on, but the truth is, without that badge and gun, you would be afraid of me. You would be terrified of me. And we both know that. We both know you're a fucking coward.
This
bro.
way.
You are a coward.
What's your name again?
You can call me Delete Laws. That's my YouTube page. You are a coward and you are an absolute wussy. You are a total wussy. You're pathetic, bro. Your parents should be embarrassed about you. No, you're disgusting. I'm walking, dude. What do you want me to sprint?
No.
I mean, look how tough this guy is. Take off the badge and gun. Let's see how tough you are, buddy. Let's see how tough you are. You're a star, brother. You're going to be a YouTube star. You don't know who I am. You're going to find.
I just got done watching your channel.
Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to sue you.
Congratulations.
You're going to be listed in the federal civil rights
Wouldn't be the
lawsuit.
first time I've been sued. Congratulations.
You don't care because why? Because you have qualified immunity.
I don't
So
respect
nothing
you.
will happen.
That's why.
Look at you. You're a piece of shit tyrant. I don't respect you at all.
You're gonna have to
I hope
fight
you
a
burn
lot
in
harder than
hell.
that.
I hope you burn in hell. You just go
Because-
fuck yourself. I can say anything I want.
I'm just asking you.
Go
I'm not
fuck
gonna ask
yourself
you.
and go fuck yourself and fuck you
I
and
know
fuck
you're
you
trying
and fuck you.
to get a certain response. So
No, I just want to let this guy know that he's an absolute bitch. I just want him to know. I just want you to know that. So am I going to get to file a complaint? Did you see what you guys did earlier when someone called to complain?
I'm gonna let you know, this is obviously your building, okay?
It's her building? Is her building? Wait, you're a tenant here. This is a publicly funded building, isn't it?
Yep. And our office is our office.
So I'm here to file
You
a
can
complaint.
record all you want to record down here, okay? Record to your heart's
So
content.
I get to file a complaint then?
That's their problem.
Am I allowed to file a complaint?
I'm trying to answer your question.
Go ahead.
You want to let me answer your question?
Go ahead.
I'll answer your question.
I'm ready.
You can file a complaint.
I'm ready.
You cannot record in our office. That's it.
So I guess I'll file a complaint down here then? You're going to take my
No,
complaint?
we don't take complaints down here. We take complaints up on our
But
office.
I don't lose my First Amendment because I go to your
Have a
office.
good day.
Wow. I'll see you in court, but that's it? That's it? It's
We
over?
have no further business with him, okay?
Well, I
He's
can,
not
I
permitted
can,
up on
I
our
can
floor
stay
without
here
being
all I
escorted.
want. I can't be kicked out for just being here.
I'm not kicking you out. You can stay down here as long as she lets you
Do
stay
you think
down
you're a
here.
good person? Do you think you're good? Do you think you're a good man? Do you respect yourself? When you wake up in the morning, do you look yourself in the face and say, I'm a good guy? Or do you think you're an absolute tyrant? What do you think of my videos? Do you like them? I'm the fastest growing channel on YouTube. Why is that? Because I actually follow through and I sue your sagacity. I hope you burn in hell. I think you're a fucking pussy.
Surely. I respect
Have a good day,
this.
sir.
I'll defend your right to say that.
Yeah, you're right. You're the same one. I'm here to file a complaint on you.
Okay.
I mean, you should have done your job. Can you get your name and badge number out?
Stovall 115.
So did you know there's a problem there?
Do what now?
Why's your hand on your gun? I put my gun away
This is how I relax.
because you were scared.
No, that's your right.
You said you were scared though, and so I
That's your right.
put my gun away. I don't
Would
want.
you like a complaint for?
I,
We just don't have anybody that works
Can I
off.
tell you what I'd like you to do? Because there's thousands of people watching.
Huh?
I'd like you to go put a one-way
I can't
sign.
hear you.
I'd like you
Sorry.
to put a one-way sign up at the corner of Watha and 80.
I would like for them to put one up
So
too.
why don't you just take initiative and do it?
I can't put it up.
What are
It
you
has
talking
to
about?
go through the town.
People are still making an illegal left. It's not illegal. It's only been there 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's a public safety concern. You didn't sign up to be a law enforcer. You signed a peace officers agreement.
That's correct. Yeah.
Right. They don't sign law enforcement. They sign peace officers.
Yep.
So your job is to protect the
Keep the
public,
peace,
keep
yeah.
the peace. So what you should have done is put a sign there or put your car there and directed traffic.
Yep.
I did it.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yep. Well, I showed up as a secondary officer, so you know.
But you're not a secondary officer. You're a man.
Yeah.
You are a man. And
Well,
you're
what can I help
you're a
you with?
stout young man. So I want you to fix it. I want people not to go to a one-way street.
Me too.
So then why don't we fix it? Can I
So-
help you?
Yeah. If you can go down to the town and get them to put that sign there, it would be wonderful.
But there's
So-
a problem there. The people are making turns there
Yeah. I
that they're
understand.
going into one-way traffic. They're literally going into one-way traffic.
Yeah.
You guys should address that issue.
Right. So TxDOT put up their signs.
Right.
So for us to get a sign approved there,
You could just put a cardboard sign that says one-way street.
I don't know that I could do that.
Why are you running my plates? What right do you have to run my plates?
116 California tag of 8 Charles Mary William What a joke.
315, A. Charles Mary William 315. Hey, Officer Shepard, badge number 116. How you doing today, sir?
Pretty good, Officer Shepard.
Hey, so I'm running your tag because it's in the public, okay? And it's our typical procedure to run tags when we encounter people.
You can get a sign up there, man, so the public doesn't go the wrong way on a one-way street.
There's plenty of signs posted, sir.
But there's not. They're still making the one-way turn.
Right.
You ran my tag so you could try to arrest me for something or try to get me in trouble.
You're
for
not
something.
even detained. What would I arrest you for, sir?
You're right. I'm not detained. Detainment's a bullshit thing called Terry versus Ohio. It's
Yes, sir.
completely unconstitutional.
Okay.
But you came to run my plates when I came here to complain about the cops.
Right. And as I was explaining to you, sir, it's our typical procedure.
But that procedure is
tags.
illegal.
It's not
It's
illegal. It's in the
unconstitutional.
public. Just as you can record me in public, I can.
You
record anyone
trying
in
to
public.
run data on me to try to gain my identity or find out about me is not constitutionally correct, and it's going to get changed.
Okay. Well, until it gets changed, if the tag's in public and I can read it, I can run it.
So that's what they do to people. They run tag readers, and then this in Florida, if you have a felony, he planted drugs in your car. And yeah, yeah, I have a YouTube channel. I'm here to sue the Forney City Police Department. Forney City Police Department. We're suing the Forney City Police Department because they violated someone's rights. Right. And you guys, I just saw you. Why did Ayala set up to just pull people over there? He was giving people tickets before I got there, and then he started giving them warnings when I got there. Why would you do
I was
that?
the one passing out the warning.
You were passing out warnings. The other guy was giving tickets.
Oh, okay.
The reason being is we had a disturbance call to go to, so there was something a little more important than dealing with YouTube and dealing with traffic.
No, this isn't YouTube, buddy. I'm not a YouTuber. Get it straight, Jack.
Okay.
I'm a game changer.
Okay.
I'm not a YouTuber. I didn't join YouTube. People followed me from platform to platform as I get kicked off of them because I'm going to change this bullshit system.
Okay.
I have every right to say whatever I want. I put my firearm away so you wouldn't be scared.
Well, I appreciate it.
And I'm sure you're probably still scared of me, as you probably should be in a real life situation without a badge and gun on, because you're a coward. You're an absolute coward. And you come up to me and run my plates as though you're trying to get me for criminality. I don't care. I don't care. I'm directing to you, man to man, me to you. Right. And of course, you're going to walk because you're a pansy.
So,
out of shape pansy. Badge and gun doesn't do you any good when you're that out of shape, fatty. Get yourself in shape if you're going to be a cop.
So
you make me sick.
Anyways, do you want the complaint form or what? What can I help you?
I don't want to complain on you, man. You're a man. I'm not trying to just mess with your life.
I understand, but
I
it's
actually
another
care.
one of your rights.
Can you imagine? It's not just about YouTube. I care about public safety. Could you imagine just for a second if I put this away? I don't give a shit about this. I actually care about law and order. I actually care about justice and truth. Could you just imagine that? Could that be? And this coward comes over here. He doesn't come over here to say he's going to help me. He comes over to run my license plates.
Well, besides that.
That was some bullshit, man.
Besides that.
He's trying to investigate me for doing what? For stepping up.
Besides that.
You have a job, right?
Yeah.
I have a job too.
Employed, yeah.
Can you believe that I was supposed to go do my job right now and instead I'm here with you? I was literally doing my job today.
To go to Forney?
I'm going back to Forney, yeah, right now.
So, as far as the complaint goes,
dude, complaining on you is not going to do any good. I wanted to see a chief. I wanted to see a lieutenant, someone who would send someone over there with a sign to stop the idea that you could get into a head-on collision because your navigation, just so you know, tells you to go left.
Yeah.
The navigation tells you go left here. I'm from California. I don't even look at anything. I just follow the navigation, like Mr. Magoo.
Yeah. So
why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
Well, that's above me, man.
Why are you doing this job? You seem like a pretty decent human being. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, I love it, man.
You love this?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The handcuffing of people?
Okay. So what can I help you with?
You can get me a lieutenant or someone that can actually do something here. So we can get a sign put up there.
So hang on.
I'm not here to fight with you, man.
No, I understand. So the only supervisor we have here right now is Corporal Ayala.
The same one who set up the trap to give people tickets?
That's our supervisor right now. So as far as the lieutenant and the chief, as you see,
is that tomorrow?
What day is it? Thursday? Yeah, they'll be here Friday. I don't know about the chief.
Today's Wednesday, isn't it?
I got Thursday.
Is it Thursday?
That's what I got on the watch.
Did I miss a day?
Maybe. That's what I got on the watch. So the watch says what I live my life by. So.
And here's the third cop for the guy with the camera. Here's the third one. This is the third cop for the guy with the camera just registering a complaint.
So
just a complaint. Yeah, give me the complaint form for Ayala. But he's the supervisor. That's the joke here. That's the joke of cops. This guy, the one who set up the trap, he's the guy who is the supervisor. So he's dyed in the wool ruined. He's blue to the core. He doesn't care about you. He cares about his policies and procedures. Why didn't you set up a sign there that says you can't can't turn here?
I didn't set up the sign.
Why didn't you?
I didn't set up the sign.
I know you didn't. Why didn't you? People are still going left on a one-way street because the navigation tells them to go left there.
Do you want to file a formal complaint? Is that the
What
case?
kind of man are you?
No,
No.
I'm asking a
What kind of
question.
man are you?
I'm asking a
No.
question.
What kind of man are you?
Okay.
No, what kind of man are
Do you
you?
wanna
I'm
file a
sitting here. There's thousands of people watching.
Do you want to file a
I'm
complaint or
asking
not?
you.
Do you want to
Why
file a-
didn't you put a sign there
Do
to
you want to
protect the
file a
people?
complaint or not?
Is that what you are? You're a drone.
Okay.
You're a drone, dude. You're the
No.
same as everybody else. You're
If
a
you want to
waste.
complain, we're going to get you a complaint.
You're a waste, dude. I think you're pathetic. I think you're not a man. You have those Samoan tattoos. Where's your pride? He's not Samoan. He's not Samoan. How is everybody? Welcome to another rendition of Delete Laws. How is everybody doing tonight? Do me a favor, everybody, hit the like button if you would, please. It's right down there. It's called a button. It's called the like button. Hit the like button. It's right down there. And then if you'll type in the comment section for me, please, OTVO, which stands for Overturn Terry versus Ohio. Put in the comment section if you would for me, pretty please, with sugar and cherries on top. This bad chicken right here is done tomorrow. I've been on the phone today with the web designer, and we finally will have Team DLZ will be up tomorrow. We don't have all the graphics in. We will overnight tonight. My webmaster is going to work on this overtime tonight. So OTVO, Overturn Terry versus Ohio. We got Big Mike Audits is in the room. What's going on, Big Mike Audits? Man, I am busy getting the studio together. Tried to get a workout in today. It was impossible. It was impossible because Dawn. Let me refresh you who Dawn is. You guys can sign up for Team DLZ tomorrow. You'll get to see the studio. You'll get to see what I'm working on with several members of Team DLZ, people who are contributing their work skills financially, their time. There are people who are contributing to what we're doing right now, and it is really cool to see. I'm going to show you the clean version. I found this on the internet, on DC Shorts, the Daily Caller Shorts, but they cleaned it up. There's no bad language in this. So this is the woman that we are talking about, and I'm going to show you her video today.
You're going to need to get your fucking hand. You're going to need to get your fucking hand off my camera right now.
I apologize.
Get your fucking hand. Don't cover my camera. Listen, bitch. Don't cover my camera. Don't cover my camera.
I thought I just had one
No,
sitting
shut
on
the
the call.
fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Don't cover my camera. What the fuck do you want?
Okay, there's no need for that name call.
You bitch. So you know what? There's no need for you to be all secret shady covering the camera. What do you want, bitch?
That's an officer safety protocol that we usually
No,
adhere to.
oh really? No, for my safety protocol, you ain't covering my cameras. You're
So it's officer safety to make sure that you don't see who's at your door. And remember, this is from the Daily Caller. I have to interrupt it because this is a reaction video.
violates my constitutional rights. What the
Fine.
do you want?
I am here to talk to you. Are you home?
You
Are you home? I'm
get
here
the
to
off, get the off my property. You got a warrant? Get the off my property.
I actually do have a warrant.
Whoa, really? Get the off my property.
It's
Bye,
just a
bitch.
ma'am.
Bye, you. Bye. Get the off my property.
Are you home to come out and talk with me?
Yeah, bitch. I'm inside hiding from you. That's what I do, you dumb. Get the off my property, man. You know how many times you guys have accused me of hiding in the house from you? Get your hand off my
No,
camera and
I was
get
just on the
get
phone.
away from my camera. Get the off my property. Right now, get the off my property.
Are
Get
you
the
in?
off my property. What do you not comprehend? Show me a fucking warrant. You got a warrant? Show me a fucking
Dawn,
warrant.
you're losing connection, ma'am.
You fucking ugly. The fuck off my fucking property.
Are you able to restart or something?
No! Get the off my property.
Are you home right now?
Bye, bitch, and take all your friends with you. Bye.
It's just a few of us
Bye. You, I don't give a who's there. Nobody's welcome. Get the off my property. You can stand on the fucking curb, and then you can show me your fucking warrant. But until then, I suggest you get the off my property, bitch. This ain't fucking Ruby Ridge 2. Get all your little fucking pigs off my property. Get the out of here, all you little fucking ass fucking cops. You coward.
No need for that name calling.
Yeah, you bitch. You pointed fucking 8 arms at me. You can't wait till the fucking, yeah.
So that was Dawn Newman. You guys may not know her name, but that's her name. That's her actual name, Dawn Newman. And over the past couple weeks, Dawn Newman and I have been talking on the phone quite a bit. I see the RB gifted 5 memberships. Thank you. I'm trying to fluctuate between different videos, but I wanted to say thank you to RB for gifting out those. Joseph Barbini did a membership too. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks, Joseph. And RB gifted out 5 memberships. I appreciate that too. Thank you. So listen, this video, this is going to get really deep. This is going to get really deep. The woman who's speaking on the video, I'm going to let the story tell itself as you guys listen to the audio. Utah Cop Watch is in the room. Melisa, thank you for coming. Writes On assisted me today, helped me do some stuff. Big time member of Team DLZ. Bree, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Anthony, Levi. So Levi Audits, I was actually working on something for you today when I got this emergency phone call from Dawn. And I'm hoping that the video is going to be rendered in time for you guys to be able to see exactly the step by step detail of what she went through today. It is simply unbelievable. So just for a bit of brevity, just for a moment of of fun, and then we're going to jump right into the Dawn video because it's still rendering. We're going to watch a video right here. This is really funny. You guys are going to get a kick out of this.
Oh, SpongeBob, do not move. Do not move. Get on the ground.
This video is for training purposes only. I think this is a security guard who wants to be a copper.
Oh, SpongeBob, do not move. Do not move. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. I'm not playing. Get on the ground, bro. All right. All right. Get on the ground right now. Get on the ground right now. On the ground, right now. On the ground. Hands behind your back, bro. You have run up for your arrest. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Hands behind your back. Don't resist. Stop resisting, I said. Stop. Stop. All right, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do can be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to have a lawyer present when being questioned. You understand? All right. I have one in custody. All right. All right. Come on. No, don't try any funny shit now. I'm not playing with you. All right, let's go. You're going to the slammer.
Isn't it absolutely pathetic that those are who our police are? Those are who our police are. Ryut Serious Audits, good to see you, my friend. Kinetic Customs and Racing, good to see you, my friend. You guys are going to see what happened to Dawn today. You're going to get to hear it. She called me on the phone as it was going down. And what you're going to hear is just absolutely disgusting. And I want to go step by step here. I want to do this right. So I'm just going to take another moment and watch another video, and then we're going to get into the Dawn video. It's rendering on my studio right now because we had to edit it. It was really long. I had to listen to a woman screaming, begging, crying today on the phone. And that's why I didn't get a couple things done that I was working on. But in Ohio, of course, in Akron, Ohio, they're calling for the police chief to be fired.
And now at 5 o'clock, some community members in Akron are calling for that city's police chief to be fired. This comes after Chief Brian Harding disagreed with recommendations from the independent police auditor who reviewed a use of force case.
In that incident, on body camera, a police officer body slammed a woman who was ultimately found not guilty of any crime. News 5's Bob Jones spoke with those demanding change and shows us how city leaders are responding tonight.
Body camera video captured Akron police officer Thomas Shoemaker body slam De'Ara Fields while he was trying to handcuff her during a family argument in January. She attended a news conference.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's look at this.
Demanding change and shows us how city leaders are responding tonight.
Look at her. She weighs, I would say 120 pounds at the top, maybe 120, probably lighter, probably right around there. I wrestled for 40 years of my life, so I understand weight classes very well. She's about 120.
Body camera video captured Akron police officer Thomas Shoemaker.
So yeah, she's no more than 120 if she's 120.
Body slam.
Wow. Wow. That is unbelievable. Welcome to another demonetized, age-restricted live stream right here at Delete Laws.
Body.
So she ever so slightly is going to pull. Okay, so that not much of resisting. He didn't do a very good job locking her up. He didn't do a very good job of controlling her arms. And then he's going to grab her, pick her up. Oh my God. That was horrific. I don't know how in the world, if you want to know why people hate the police, this is a really good reason why right there. If you want to know why you're a copper, and sometimes people walk up to you and say, hey, F you, dirty PIG. Do you know why they do that? You're taking a look at the video right now. Because anybody on the scene should have grabbed that man and put him in torture cuffs immediately. That was absolutely unbelievable. AMG Stealth just came through with 50 memberships. Thank you, AMG Stealth. Thank you so much.
While he was trying to handcuff her during a family argument in January.
During a family argument.
She attended a news conference today.
Wow, lucky she still looks that way. Her face isn't completely destroyed.
But her attorney spoke on her behalf.
Now, the Akron Police Department knows this was excessive force. The Akron Law Department knows this was excessive force.
Akron's independent police auditor, Anthony Fennell, reviewed the case, including the video, and reached this conclusion.
I believe that the officer used excessive force.
Whoa, no way. An Akron independent police auditor. You can see it behind the red line right there. But does that have any teeth to it? Does that hold water?
And taking her to the ground by body slamming her.
Fennell recommended the officer be disciplined, but Police Chief Brian Harding rejected the findings and said the officer's actions were reasonable, adding that when Shoemaker placed a handcuff on the woman's wrist, she pulled her right hand away and towards the officer, and in the past, others have done that to assault officers or flee.
Oh, there it is. Of course, there's a rationalization. Everybody's trying to escape. Everybody's trying to flee. Of course. And they have to get her. Remember, this was a family argument, so this was very serious. They had to get her right now. They had to torture cuff her. She had to go to the ground. There was no other way. That's what they'll have you believe. It's just not true.
The case was the first test of the authority of the police auditor and the Citizens Police Oversight Board, created by Akron voters.
Created by Akron voters. I'm sorry for interrupting. Listen to what he says here very carefully.
Have done that to assault officers or flee. The case was the first test of the authority of the police auditor and the Citizens Police Oversight Board, created by Akron voters following the deadly shooting of Jayland Walker.
However, these recommendations have been ignored. Mayor Maddock and Chief Harding have turned a deaf ear to the cries of the community.
Ray Green from the Freedom Bloc organization feels Chief Harding should be fired.
We are demanding the immediate termination of Police Chief Brian Harding.
Judy Hill, president of the Akron chapter of NAACP, is not recommending the chief be fired, but she is calling for a Department of Justice investigation of APD.
What happens in a city when systemic changes occur, it's through that pattern and practice investigation when the Department of Justice comes in. That's what I want to see.
No, we don't need the Department of Justice. We need local people to be able to get rid of bad cops. And there are bad cops. People want to say that cops are good. Okay, if there's good cops, then we can agree that there's bad cops. Not everybody here hates all police. That's just not the way it is. Most people hate bad cops. So if there's bad cops, then there's good cops, right? This particular case, there are bad cops, and this cop should be fired and charged with assault and battery with intent to do great bodily harm.
Practice investigation when the Department of Justice comes in. That's what I want to see.
Fennell says he sees the process as progress, even if the chief didn't agree with his recommendations.
It's not a failure. It is creating the space for the community to have some input now.
Meantime, Diarra's attorney plans to file a federal civil rights lawsuit against the city and the officer.
This sends a message to every police officer in this department that they can physically assault Black women in this city and nothing will happen.
We asked Police Chief Harding for an...
I'm sorry. I apologize. And I definitely agree that blacks are targeted more than any other race.
And the officer.
This sends a message to every police officer in this department that they can physically assault Black women.
People. They cannot physically assault people. It definitely happens to black more than white. That's a fact. It is happening to all of us, though, isn't it? Put a 1 in the chat if it's happening to all of us. Put a 1 in the chat if it's happening to all of us. Okay. So I'm just going to show they're calling for the chief to be fired. I'm going to show 2 seconds of this and then we're going to get into it. Anybody new? Remember this?
Get your hand off my camera right now.
I apologize.
Get your hand. Don't cover my camera. Listen, bitch. Don't cover my camera. Don't cover my camera.
I thought I was having
shut the fuck up.
Okay, so you guys remember this video. If you remember this video, this woman has been charged with 19 misdemeanors and 1 felony out of Arizona. This is the series of events that happened today. You're going to hear the play-by-play here. There's no volume. There's no volume. There's no volume. This is from Rights On.
You're going to need to get your hand off my camera right now.
I apologize.
Get your hand. Don't cover my camera. Listen, bitch. Don't cover my camera. Don't cover my camera.
I thought I was having
shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Don't cover my camera. What the fuck do you want?
Okay, there's no need for that name call.
You bitch. So you know what? There's no need for you to be all secret shady covering the camera. What do you want, bitch?
My ID on there.
They don't need your ID.
They don't. They know exactly who I am. Yep, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Let's see what you wrote on here.
That evil smile.
No photo ID.
Hey, Don.
Hey, Don. So you're gonna be under arrest, okay? You got a warrant? Don't put your hands behind your back.
I don't have a warrant.
Don't put your hands behind your back.
Oh, so this is the harassment of you, Ogden Police Department.
You want to sit back a little bit, please? Thank you.
Yeah.
Wait, why
is she under
why do
arrest?
I have a warrant?
I don't know.
Where's the warrant?
Out of Arizona.
No, I don't.
Out of Arizona?
No, I
No,
don't.
she doesn't.
No, I don't.
It got this.
No, I
It got
don't.
sponged.
I don't.
You guys are
I
using
can
that
show
as
you
an
right
excuse
now.
for
I
less
can show you the
service.
document right now on my phone.
We'll look at it.
What's your
Okay,
name,
well,
sir?
it's hard for me to show
Huh?
it to you.
Your name?
But-
Officer B. Moore. Badge? 1050.
Sir, your name and badge?
Go ahead and verify it. Why am I?
1181.
Yeah, what is your badge number? More?
1050.
950?
At what point should I?
Step
Get your
back.
fucking hands off.
We're gonna start. We're gonna start going in your ears.
Why are you trying to keep your fucking hands off? Whoa, stop dragging me. Stop.
Okay, yeah, you
I can only walk. Whoa. Stop.
Okay, yeah, you
I can only walk. Whoa, I can only walk so fast.
Okay, you're gonna.
Hey, walk slow, relax, man.
I can only walk.
Why don't you guys relax and take it
Is
slow?
she being placed under arrest, officer?
So why am I being arrested again? For where? Where? For what? For when? Why? What warrant? What do you mean you're still going to do it the same way? What are you talking about? You're going to do the same way?
You have another hearing.
I know. I have another hearing here. I know because my attorney's on his way. I don't want Buck to touch me because I don't trust him. And I'm not going anywhere.
She said she didn't want Buck to touch her. And the reason why she didn't want Buck to touch her is because this cop right here named Buck has had 2 DUIs, one in 2009, one in 2016. After his second DUI, he retired for 2 years because if with the peace officer standards and training certificate, the license to be a cop, when you get a DUI or even I think a misdemeanor, you are suspended from service for 2 years. So this cop right here who's going to arrest Dawn today, she's going to protest because he's a dirty cop. It's bad enough to get 1 DUI. We all make a mistake. If you have 1 DUI, we can all forgive you. Your second DUI, Buck's had 2 DUIs, meaning that his decision-making skills are in the low bottom. Low bottom. Low bottom. Let's continue to listen to the rest of the video.
You don't give a fuck. Now fuck you. Fuck him. Fuck him. He's a fucking liar. Hey, dude, quit doing so many drugs, bro. You're doing so many fucking drugs, you alcoholic. How's
Dawn.
that DUI treating you, fucking bitch?
Look at that. Robert Tracy Buck. Information may include, where available, pay, salary, bonuses. He makes $160,000 a year. Remember, this is on Rights On. I put the link for the video in the channel. Always hit the like button. Always drop a comment for the creator. And of course, I am subscribed to Rights On. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the video of Dawn right here. And now what we're gonna do is, because it looks like there was a technical issue, so we're gonna listen to the phone call in its entirety. You're just gonna be able to hear it with me. So let's listen to this together. This was Dawn today, and this took over my whole day. Let me know if you can hear this. Let me explain. She had court in Ogden, Utah today. She had 2 hearings today. Yesterday. She wanted, and then they had her in court in Kingman, Arizona yesterday on the same day. Then she had court back in Ogden, Utah today. She had 4 court hearings in 2 days, 3 in Ogden and 1 in Arizona. Could you guys hear that? Can you guys hear that? No sound? Oh my God. So frustrating. Give me 1 second. So I had a little bit of a technical issue here. This is horrible. I'm so sorry. So if you guys can see here, there was a glitch in Premiere. The editor's texting me right now. Super frustrating right now because I am so sorry. There's no sound at all. Yeah, let me tell him the entire video has no sound and we need both of them. ... The audience can't hear it like this, so you have to re-upload the entire 40 minutes again. So sorry, I apologize. That's super frustrating. So real quick, let's jump into this real quick. We're going to come right back to the Dawn video. The editor is re-uploading now. I apologize. So here's this video right here.
6-6, some breaking news. Case dismissed against a man at the center of this violent arrest in Phoenix. The ABC 15 investigators were the first to release this video to the public just 1 week ago. A Phoenix man who is deaf with cerebral palsy was punched and tasered by 2 Phoenix police officers back in August. We then took you inside the preliminary hearing where those officers testified they felt their actions were justified. Fast forward to this week when top leaders and community groups started speaking out about the controversial arrest after it gained worldwide attention. And breaking tonight, the Maricopa County Attorney has announced charges against Tyrone McAlpin have now been dismissed.
Yeah, yes, there is some justice in the world. Although, how many months has Tyrone had charges floating over his head?
Katie Hobbs also taking action. She wants police across the state to get more training following our investigation into the violent arrest of McAlpin. More on the governor's call in a moment, but there are fast-moving developments since we first broke this story. New tonight, 2 state legislators demanded police and prosecutors drop the charges against McAlpin. So did the Democrat running for Maricopa County Attorney. And again, just moments ago, the case was dismissed. The National Association for the Deaf also sending the city a scathing letter with a list of demands, and the NAACP meeting with the Department of Justice on this case.
That fallout is not stopping, and that's because our chief investigator, Dave Biskuping, he broke the story, and it's why the governor's office is now telling him they want immediate action. Dave.
Yeah, that's right. We'll get to the governor's action in just a moment, but getting to this case dismissal, Tyrone McAlpin was facing charges of aggravated assault and resisting arrest. And this just came in, this statement from County Attorney Rachel Mitchell. And this is what she wrote about her decision to dismiss this case. I promised I would personally review the case, including a large volume of video recordings, police reports, and other materials that have been forwarded to my office. On Thursday of this week, I also convened a large gathering of senior attorneys and members of the community to hear their opinions as they pertain to the case. I have now completed my review and have made the decision to dismiss all remaining charges against Mr. McAlpin. And that.
But wait a minute. The thing is that we saw Nick Succone. We saw Nick Succone, Nicksuccone. He said there was probable cause to arrest, and now the head prosecutor saying that she drops the charges. But wait a minute, the judge said there was probable cause. If the judge said there was probable cause, well, then how can they drop the charges? That doesn't make any sense to me.
That leads us to the governor. She's also the one taking action because of our report. Phoenix police are investigating the way officers arrested Tyrone McAlpin, yelling commands and insulting him as they repeatedly punched and tasered him.
Put your hands behind your back!
In response, the governor's office just released the following statement to ABC 15. Quote, Governor Hobbs is committed to protecting all Arizonans and is deeply concerned about the images from Mr. Tyrone McAlpin's arrest.
I mean, she's got some great glasses, right? You got to give her that. Those glasses are dope.
While we await the investigation's results, The governor's office has directed AZ Post to issue reminders to all law enforcement agencies about the training created in partnership with the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing. This crucial training is designed to ensure law enforcement can engage effectively with individuals with disabilities. She urges all public safety personnel to participate in this training, even if it's not mandatory, to prevent similar incidents.
Move. Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
After we broke the story, the Arizona Commission for the...
I mean, since YouTube is going to demonetize and age restrict my stream anyway, what about the cops? Let's take a look at this level of violence.
Similar incident.
So watch. You got a guy who's face down on the ground. He's let me get myself off the screen here and get the thanks for the comment, Claudette. Get myself off the screen. Now take a look. He's got a guy face down on the ground. Punches him. Punches him again. Then that's his butt right there. That's the back of his butt right there. Then he gets out of the way, and this jackboot thug pig right here electrocutes him with 50,000 volts of electricity. What kind of jackboot clown world are we living in? What kind of clown world are we living in?
Mandatory to prevent similar incidents.
Let's watch it in real time. Move. Look at that.
Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
After we broke the story, the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing put out a statement saying they provided the Arizona Peace Officer Standards and Training Board with special training about communicating effectively with those who are deaf, but those trainings aren't being much utilized. And in court, here's what the two officers who arrested Tyrone said about their training.
Liked training with people who are hard of hearing.
Okay, can you tell me more about that?
That's about 7 years ago. I don't remember much of it.
Have you received any training in dealing with members of the public who have disabilities?
Maybe briefly, but nothing that I recall.
Several disability rights organizations have noted the first officer goes after Tyrone immediately. So the problems in this case run deeper than a lack of training about deafness. But they underscore it's still vital since 1.1 million Arizonans are hard of hearing and 20,000 are culturally deaf. Now, we also heard back from the state police board, and they confirmed they've now reached out to every police agency in Arizona about the training. And when it comes to
about the training, here's the training. Don't drive up on someone, jump out of the car, and just start wailing on them. Tase them, cuff them up, and then make up charges about them. There's your training right there. How absolutely unbelievable. How absolutely unbelievable that they need more training to know you shouldn't just pull over and beat people up, tase them and arrest them and charge them with felonies that they didn't do. How unbelievable is it? How really? Okay, I got to keep my cool because we are going to go back to this now. I've got the audio here. We're going to have to listen to the first part of the audio on my phone, but then we will listen to the second part. The editor is getting the audio uploaded onto a video in the studio. There's Dawn right there. That's Dawn getting arrested. And now this is the first phone call that I got from Dawn today. We're going to listen to this.
Yes. How are you? Good question. I'm like an atom. You can split me. I can share my molecules. The court sake. So the courts wanted me in Utah court yesterday morning, in Kingman, Arizona court yesterday afternoon, and then back here in Utah court this afternoon. I submitted paperwork, told them that I had court. I couldn't be there, but I've been calling them for quite a while trying to resolve the discrepancy with court dates because I feel like the courts are being disrespectful to the court since the two county prosecutors are talking to each other. And they called me yesterday and told me that they went ahead and proceeded with court in Arizona and issued a warrant for me in the Superior Court, even after everything was dismissed at the lower court. The paperwork that I got said that they were trying to get the higher courts to reopen the previous case, but then yesterday they said that they had new charges in the Superior Court.
New charges? Is that what you said? You have new charges? that what you said? New charges?
Yeah, they said that there's new charges, but I said, well, what are those charges? Can I get copies? And then he said, his name's Kip Anderson. He's the court administrator. He said, yeah, he'll get them to me. I don't know what that means, email, mail, so I'm assuming by the mail. But I already had court scheduled here in Utah, and it's talking about my bail because they're upset that I bonded out. When I was arrested on September 17th, that video, I didn't have a warrant, but then when they got me to bookings, they made up a different charge and then never even addressed the fact that I was arrested.
She's been arrested 4 times this year. 4 times.
On an alleged warrant, and the Utah paperwork says a violation of a protective order because I guess one of those caseworkers that work there are scared of me. I don't fucking know, probably because she lied through her teeth. She ought to be scared. I don't know her or anything about her. I don't even give 2 fucks about her. But
Who's the protective order for? For your sister?
No, yeah, she has one, and a caseworker here in Ogden has one. But then
A protective
Arizona
order for who?
paperwork
For
said that I was arrested.
Hold on, Don, slow down a little bit.
Oh,
So
for the caseworker.
the caseworker herself has a protective order against you because she says she's afraid of you?
Yeah, she tried to get a stalking injunction against me twice, and then she got a protective order. Oh, while my case was still open.
Okay, so this is in Ogden, Utah. What's the caseworker's name?
Alexa Barella.
Alexa
Mariah Barella.
Okay, and she works
Alexis Varela.
where? At the Ogden
At
what?
the Ogden or Weber County Division of Children and Family Services.
Weber County Division of Family
Services, yeah.
Okay, and so you're charged with a felony in Arizona?
I don't know what the new charges are. I have no idea. The old charges were, so that's the thing. I didn't learn about them until this year. So it was a failure to comply with a court order, which I'd never received a court order. And then in January of 24, I learned that they had 3 other charges from September 26th, which were failure to comply, aggravated communication harassment, and interfering with judicial process.
Out of Arizona?
Out of Arizona.
For what? You don't live in Arizona. I don't understand what's going on.
I haven't even been to Arizona. But the thing is they're like, your sister lives there. Yeah, but my sister has an address in Utah too. So she lives on Relic Ridge Drive in Utah, and then in Arizona she lives on Rio Virgin River Road. But she probably has an address in several other states too.
Okay, so hold on a second. Let me go back to the base problem here. You had court in Utah. What's the name of
I
that
have court right now. I'm supposed to be at court 1:30, but I was having some car issues, so I called them. It's the 2nd District Ogden Court, so District Court.
2nd District Ogden Court. Okay, I'm going to look that up. Okay, and then what's the other court in Arizona? The Kingman County Courthouse?
So it's called the Mojave Superior Court.
It's called the Mojave Superior Court. Okay,
Which is basically the Arizona's description of a district court.
Okay, so the problem you're having is that you can't be in 2 places at the same time, and you've communicated to the clerk at both courts that you can't get back and forth and be at both court dates on the same day. Is that correct?
Correct.
Or are they one day apart?
No, they were in the same day. So they wanted me in Utah court at 10 a.m. and they wanted me in Kingman, Arizona, which, by the way, is a 9-hour drive, at 3:30 in the afternoon. And then back here in Utah at 1:30 for court.
2 court dates the same date in Ogden and 1 in Kingman.
So on the 16th, there were 2 court dates in 2 different states. And then today on the 17th, I have 2 court dates in this state, in Utah.
But you made the court date yesterday, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Only the one in Utah, not the one in Arizona.
Okay, and then the one today at 1:30, are you going to make it there?
I'm almost there right now.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
But I've notified everybody, but they're probably going to take me into custody.
What?
Yeah. So they want to secure my presence. They want to get me off the streets because I'm a danger to the community. This is what the prosecutor said. And because I can't physically show up in Kingman, Arizona for court, then they want to So I've been arrested 4 times on these Arizona warrants. And the last time is shifty because they're saying, no, you weren't arrested on a warrant. Utah saying this, but then Arizona saying that I was. And they also said I was arrested again.
So let me catch you guys up. Dawn was the woman who covered the Ring camera, told the cops to go F themselves about a year ago. The video went super viral. Every auditor in America covered it. She had 4 children of her biological sisters. She had 4 kids. She had custody of those kids for 6 years. Then last year, they went to her house to steal the kids and put them in foster care. Why? Because the oldest kid kept on running away every year or two, kept on disappearing. So they took all 4 of the kids, and now they're in foster care, we think in North Dakota. Dawn's sister, who is allegedly, from what I've been told, is a drug addict. She has a residence in Arizona. She filed a protective order against Dawn, the woman in the pictures. That's the same woman you hear on the Ring doorbell camera. Dawn's sister filed with the court that she violated the protective order in Arizona. Now, between the Ogden police being embarrassed and between the Arizona prosecutors, she's now been charged with 19 misdemeanors and 1 felony in Arizona. Today, you're going to get to it.
They want to secure my presence in their court, so they want to detain me here, take me into custody, arrest me without bail. There's an undercover cop right there. And then make sure that I make it to the court in Arizona, so they want to transport me.
So let me get this 100. Okay. So they're jerking you around because you called and said you couldn't make it to court, but you would make it if they could reschedule. Is that correct?
I told them that I would appear via Zoom. I can't actually physically make it to Arizona. I have my car won't make it.
Let me cut you off here, Don. Listen, I need you to memorize my number.
Oh, hold on a second. My number's in here. I make her memorize my phone number right here, and I don't want to put it out to the public. So give me 1 second. I'm going to mute the mic real quick.
To make sure that I'm secure.
You're secure. What danger to society are you?
I don't know. I called people out and tried to hold them accountable for what they said and what they did, and I question. They don't like questions. They hate white women. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Who's there at the courthouse? Do you have anybody with you so we can identify if they're going to take you to jail? Who's going to come?
I already know. I kind of already know they are, based on the fact that they hate my guts, man. They hate me.
They're colluding against you. Who is going to be at the courthouse today to make sure that we know? Where is Utah Defender?
No, I told him it's overwhelming for him, and he has a hard time keeping up, and I also don't want to add any stress to him or anyone else.
No, but I need someone to know if you're going to go to jail. Okay, listen, we got to end this phone call. I got to make a video and try to get there to help you. What's my number?
Hold on. She's going to say my phone number again. Give me 1 second.
3109.
Okay, 1 second.
Okay.
Thank you. And the WeTransfer doesn't work because I don't have internet, and I mean, I don't know what the hell was going on with that, but I mean, I showed you the drone in my yard. That was last year.
Okay, so what is the court you're going to right now? To the Ogden courthouse?
Ogden 2nd District Court.
Okay.
And I'm here right now.
Arizona cheated you. Arizona didn't let you reschedule your court date, and then they put a warrant out for you so they could arrest you.
Well, it's called entrapment.
Yeah, because you called and talked to them.
Yes. And I spent a week and a half trying to talk to them, and they wouldn't confirm or deny the court date. They kept saying, if you still want it, I feel a lot of things, but what I wanted to do was confirm. That way I could give them the documentation that showed that I had court already and I couldn't make it there. And then I finally was able to get through the day before, and then they came at me with, it's the day before. I'm like, well, that's not my problem. I've been trying to call, and it got nowhere. So I'm parking and going in right now, but I'll let you know what goes on. Thank you, Chili. I appreciate it.
Talk to you soon, Doc. Bye.
Okay, so that was the first phone call. You're not ready for the second phone call. And let me see how far. I'm going to play the second phone call right now. Okay. The second phone call is up in studio. Let's make sure that we can hear it. I really hope that we can hear it. That would really suck if we couldn't hear it twice in a row. But the editor said he's sorry. He didn't mean to make a mistake. Great guy, great human being. Let's see what happens here. Dear God in heaven, please work.
There, but I've been calling them for quite a while trying to like resolve the discrepancy with court dates because I feel like the courts are being disrespectful to the court since the two county prosecutors are talking to each other.
Here's the second phone call.
I got you back, Dawn? Do I got you back? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's going on?
I tried to talk to my public defender before court. She said it's likely they're going to take me to jail, and I asked her for what. And then they're trying to chase me right now. This is scary as.
Who's chasing you? Are you in a car?
Cops are chasing me. I don't know why. I don't know what I said. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Are you in a car or are you walking?
Get away from me! 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 You're scaring me! I have 40 kids! Get away from me! You're scaring me! You're scaring me! You're scaring me! I'm trying to talk to my other attorney! Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I will get out.
Is she being placed under arrest? Officer, so I want to talk to him.
But I don't understand.
Officer, is she being placed under arrest?
What's going on? Why? Can you tell me why? I'm waiting for my other attorney. Fuck. Don't touch me. Please don't touch me. I'm not going anywhere. You're scaring me. Why? I'm going to get out. I can't just drive away. Don't worry. My car doesn't start. I'm getting out. My car will not start. I'm not going anywhere. My car will not start. I'm not going anywhere. You're just scaring me.
De-escalate. De-escalate. Tell him to de-escalate.
My car will not start.
De-escalate.
I will get out. I peed a little bit in my pants, so calm down. I don't understand what the is going on. Hey, can I lock my car though? Once can we shut my doors and lock my car? Can we shut my doors and lock my car? I have no problem walking back there.
Well, not just, okay. Is she being placed under arrest, officer?
So why am I being arrested again?
You have warrant.
For where? Where? For what? For when? Why? What warrant? What do you mean you're still going to do it the same way? What are you talking about? You're going to do the same way?
You have another hearing.
I know. I have another hearing here. I know because my attorney's on his way. I don't want Buck to touch me because I don't trust him. And I'm not going anywhere. You don't give a f.
Tell them to de-escalate, Don. Say de-escalate. De-escalate. Use the word de-escalate.
So what warrants am I being arrested for? Out of Arizona? Oh, again. No, because last time your little bitch ass arrested me, I didn't have a warrant, ass motherfucker. Yeah. F you. Him, he's a liar. Hey, dude, quit doing so many drugs, bro. You're doing so many drugs, you alcoholic. How's that DUI treating you, bitch?
He got 2 DUIs.
Fucking weird, huh, Detective Robert Buck?
Don, are they arresting you? Ask them if you're being placed under arrest.
So how do I have a warrant out of Arizona? Please do explain. Please do. I don't know. I haven't been to Arizona. Why don't you guys ask Arizona? For what? For not going in when I let him know I had court here yesterday. How the am I going to be in court there when I have court here? What do you mean, okay? What do you mean, okay?
We'll show you the warrant.
Whoa, you can show me the warrant? They've never showed me warrants before. This will be a first. I'm not blind. I can see. God, I'm making sure there's no cars. Wait, why is he dragging me? No, he was. Yes, he was. Forgive me for looking out the door before I cross the street. Wasn't going anywhere. I have court later today.
Are you being placed under arrest? Dawn, are they arresting you?
Yeah, they're a bunch of fucking faggots, especially this motherfucking drug addict, fucking alcoholic behind me. Bitch ass buck.
Dawn, can you hear me, Dawn?
Hey, you. You ever not sucked your own dick? You. Acting like a adult. Yourself. You don't know shit, dude. Shut the up. Shut the up. This little bitch over here like, oh, Alexa, how you doing on that burglary case with my firearm, you bag? Yeah, you. Suck a dick, bro. Go get wasted at the bar and drive around like you do.
Dawn, can you talk to me for a second? What's happening right now? Dawn, what's happening right now? Dawn, what's happening right now?
Excuse me for going outside to call Randy Marshall, my other attorney. I'm good. I'll sit down. It's kind of hard to sit down with these cuffs on. They pummeled me last time I was in the jail, so I'm in a lot of pain in these. It hurts to sit, so I'd rather just stand. Okay.
Are you cuffed, Dawn? You cuffed in the front?
For the record, I walked outside to go call the other attorney for court later today, but whatever.
Her phone is still running and she's in court.
Quit whispering behind me. You guys are making me sick.
With the motion to address the conditions of pretrial release.
Yes, if we may, Your Honor. As was previously stated on the record, I think important that the state stated on the record, I think important that Ms. Newman is here and present. In looking at the state's motion, I think from a procedural standpoint, they may be accurate in that this would be her initial appearance on this new charge. When we discussed in court on last week, the 9th, whatever that was.
So in other words, there is not a need for a change in circumstances.
After reading the statute and looking at the procedural history of this case, I don't think that there is. I was under the impression we were really dealing with the custody status or the bail hearing of the other cases that have already been past the initial appearance, in which case I do think, and I think the state would agree, they would have to show some sort of material change in circumstances. Because this case is at its initial appearance, I do believe the state is correct in their assessment of the procedural posture of the case.
But this case, which my public defender has failed to even listen, I was never arrested on no protective order violation. It was never any intent. I don't care about that lady. I don't know what the court doesn't, I don't care about the lady. I was trying to get a grammar request fulfilled for my juvenile case, which is why I went down there, and I was instructed to go down there, and that's what I asked for. It was, but Tommy said that I was threatening and harassing people. The whole encounter is recorded.
Hold on. There will be a time to address the substance of the allegation. We're just here today to talk about.
But I tried to talk to you about it at the last court date, and you wouldn't listen then.
I'm trying. I really want to be patient. There will be time to address the substance of the allegations. Today is not that time. Ms. Fowler, anything else to add regarding whether we should proceed with the motion to address the conditions of the pretrial release?
I think I will turn it over to the state.
Okay. All right, Mr. Peterson.
Where we're at this point, we would only be arguing the conditions of that release, because I do think we're at that initial appearance phase that it was probably.
Yes, Your Honor. As articulated, has Your Honor made the review space motion?
Yes, I have. And I'm willing to listen to the substance of the motion. I guess my only question right now is, are we wanting to proceed with the motion? Yes.
What's the motion? I'm not sure what motion we're talking about. What's the motion? What's the state's motion?
The motion to address the
What's conditions of pretrial what's pretrial release?
I'm having a conversation with Mr. Peterson here, so let me just continue that conversation with Mr. Peterson. Go ahead, Mr. Peterson.
Yes, Your Honor. So in this particular case, case 2574, Ms. Newman was booked on that offense, and
No, I wasn't.
she was
I was arrested and booked on a different offense, but
pretrial services. The conditions that were imposed on the temporary pretrial order was
actually bonded out, but whatever.
$2,500 bail, but then also if Ms. Newman
And another bond. But there were two bonds. But the thing is they're not being honest.
You've got to stop interrupting. Everyone has an opportunity to speak.
I've yet to really.
Ms. Newman, right now, it is Mr. Peterson's opportunity to speak. You have got to stop interrupting. All right? Please. Thank you for letting Mr. Peterson speak. All right, go ahead.
Everybody do me a favor and hit the like button. We have Utah Cop Watch in here. Utah Cop Watch was recently arrested in Ogden, Utah, when he was with Dawn. So we are fighting back. Tomorrow, we're going to call some attorneys. I got some actually Plead the Fifth sent me over some numbers of attorneys in Arizona where I'll let it continue. Sorry for interrupting. I just wanted to take a second and say, hit the like button.
So this was signed by Your Honor September 17th, 2024. Part of the bail amount $2,500, but then also the following: promise to appear for all required court proceedings, promise to not commit any criminal offense, release to pretrial services, face-to-face contact every Tuesday and Thursday, release to pretrial services, court reminder notification, report contact information, exchange of address, phone or email. So that was essentially imposed, Your Honor, and that's certainly for the state had any whatsoever on the charges, which is certainly committed under the statute. The first appearance, the initial appearance, I would note the initial appearance was scheduled for September 18th. There was a clarification. She didn't appear, but that was because the notification she received from the jail was 1 day later.
No.
So as a result, Your Honor did withdraw that no bail warranty had issued.
How many court cases does she have over doing nothing wrong at all other than embarrassing the Ogden Police Department on a national scale? I misspoke. It wasn't Utah Cop Watch. It was Utah Defender who was arrested. We showed that about a week ago.
The state's not contesting that. Simply that the concern of the state, she continues to contact these DCFS cases.
That's a lie.
And continues to send threatening and harassing messages.
She's a lie.
They're saying that she continues to contact and harass her sister, and we can hear Dawn saying that's a lie.
He's lying.
In light of the continued contact and continued violation of protective order, that's the concern of the state, that she keeps violating it, essentially.
No.
I mean, the consequence being that she gets booked on it and then bails out and basically does it again. So I don't know what the
Shut up, Leela. Fucking bitch.
That's going to get her to recognize and continue to contact and see other caseworkers in this manner. But in this particular case, the most recent one, everything leading up to this has been her.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Tommy.
But in this particular case, she then goes to DCFS, which is a protected location that she's not.
It's a public building and getting public records.
Ms. Newman, you've got to stop interrupting. All right?
But the things that he's saying are not accurate. I wasn't notified the day after of any court. Never was I notified of any court. I'm trying, but it's really frustrating. I'm talking to him. He told me something. Go right ahead. But the thing is when do I get to speak?
Right. So you need to stop interrupting. You have.
Can you make it so I can twist my shoulder? It hurts really bad in my shoulder.
I will give your attorney.
Please let me go.
An ample opportunity to respond.
This is the part that's painful because the torture cuffs are hurting her. And if you can picture it, the cop or the bailiff has a hold of her arm and he's grabbing her and squeezing her as the cuff is digging into her wrist.
I will give your attorney.
Please let me go.
An ample opportunity to respond.
Can you fix this one? It hurts really bad. No, it's my shoulder. I just need to turn my arm a different way. I just need to turn my hand like.
Just please let Mr. Peterson speak. Let me speak.
And then I could probably sit down. I just want to turn.
So at this point, I see the proposed.
Oh, my shoulder. I just want to turn. I can't. Oh, sure. They hurt me last time. Yeah. Ow, 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 ow. Oh. Okay, that's fine. You put it that way. That way. Oh. The community. Oh. Oh. Thank you. No, just this way. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, and then I could sit down. Oh, yeah. It's just the shoulder. Yeah, that wasn't fine. It's just the right one. Oh. Now I could sit down. That was the only reason I couldn't sit down. Oh.
Surrendering the cell phone and prohibit the defendant from taking another cell phone. Tendency of these cases. Any additional comments regarding that?
I just want to make sure that she doesn't continue to harass them. They're certainly.
Been harassed anybody? Oh, shut up. Shut up. No. Please, with the dates, that would be great.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, you can go ahead, Ms. Valerie.
We have the text messages we've already gone through prelim, unless you hear a new one.
No.
There's only one additional one that's actually likely to be an additional charge.
No.
Alexa Burrell indicating she hopes her house will.
That was a long time ago. That was not new. That was previously, and I really do. But I didn't say. But I don't have any new message. I haven't contacted nobody. They're lying. That's the thing. I'm talking to my attorney. She's talking to me. I'm talking back to her. I'm sorry that it's interrupting, but go ahead. She's okay. That I won't respond to you.
I want you to be able to observe and listen to these proceedings today. I really want that to happen. You have the opportunity to be here to observe and to know what's going on. However, if you continue to interrupt, we're going to have to remove you from this hearing. We will continue to have to hold the hearing without you if necessary. But if you keep interrupting, we are going to remove you from this hearing. All right? You understand that?
I do.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right. Where were we? Ms. Fallon.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
The text messages that the state was talking about are text messages that we are aware of and that we've had a preliminary hearing on. The information from this case that we are here for today on the bail, the information which at this point is really all I have anyway, and all I think we need to go off of as it relates to conditions of release. And that is that Ms. Newman went to DCFS, which is the workplace of a protected party. And as I mentioned before Ms. Newman was present, that Ms. Newman has been trying to get paperwork and documents from DCFS as it relates to her children, her sister's children that she had custody of. She has the right to have those documents, and she has the right to try to obtain those documents. And I recognize the concern between, you know, harassing or non-polite language continuing with a worker, but there's also the concern of somebody having the ability to obtain documentation that she has the right to obtain. She has filed grammar requests and has not been given answers to those grammar requests. And I think at this time, in an attempt to get the documents, it was not an attempt to harass or contact or communicate with a particular worker. It was an attempt to get documents of which she is entitled. And so there is an inherent conflict there in trying to go to a government place to obtain documents and be restricted from that government place because of a person that works there. And you know, I recognize it's very typical on a protective order. We say don't go to the workplace. Not very typical that workplace is a public building and a government building where people may need to go in order to get services and or like what.
This is her public defender speaking here and now, trying to mitigate some of all of the lies that were told about her just now. And Petunia just said it correctly. What is her crime? Who has she hurt? She hasn't done anything wrong to anybody. She hasn't hurt a single soul.
In this case, documentation. So I point that out for the court's consideration in these allegations, and that to our knowledge, while there may be a new text message, it seems like it may have happened a while ago, to our knowledge, there hasn't been direct communication with the protected party of the protective order, excuse me. And I think I will leave it at that.
If the court were to postpone confinement, what are the specifics on that? Just essentially, the defendant would not be able to leave home ever, or except for or
the fuck.
I guess concern, Your Honor, there's nothing that Your Honor can impose against us in contact with parties. I want to talk about how these are all text messages. One of the text messages she sent the day before she went to DCFS was to protect the party.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie.
But essentially, not her saying, hey, can I get documents? Basically, her saying, here's the quote, sent September 16th, 2024.
Amy, I'm telling you right now, I did not. I did not. That is a fucking lie. The judge court ordered them to turn over documents, and before I can tell the court or the other party, I made one more request.
Solely meant to harass and threaten.
No, I don't give a fuck about that bitch. I don't care about her.
And I'm going off of the information that I have at this time and have not seen that text, so I'm certainly not trying to not have candor with the court. I'm going off of the information that I have. So I can't speak to that particular text or that 1102 at this time, but that is where we're at. That is, my client indicates she did not send a text. We're not here to talk about the credibility or the he said, she said, that those allegations can come later as we cite the charges. But this is the information we have at this time.
all right. So I'm in imposing these conditions or possible conditions, and considering
the new warrant that has been issued out of Arizona. So she has an additional warrant. She's been arrested 4 times this year.
After this hearing today, what is going to happen with Ms. Newman's custody status after this hearing?
My understanding is she'll be taken into custody of the person. But that's my understanding. I don't know if she'll be able to post that or not. But they certainly want to extradite down there and address this matter.
It's hard to hear.
Is there a copy of
I know it's hard to hear. Remember, I don't know. I think Dawn forgot I was on the phone as she's going through all this, but I think she's holding the phone in her hands.
there's been an issue of just understanding these warrants. If I could get a copy, that'd be great. Thank you so much. That's all.
Excuse me. We're reading it. Back away. I know, but I can read it. Like, please back away, man. I'd like to read it. Okay, I'd like to read all the lines. That's fine. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Any additional argument, Ms. Fowler, regarding the,
I had court here yesterday, and I notified the court there that I couldn't be there because I had court here. So I don't know how I'm supposed to be in 2 states at one time.
I understand that.
And that case was
I can't
dismissed.
do anything about Arizona.
But the case
Your
was
Honor,
dismissed.
my client would like you to know that the case in Arizona, according to her, was dismissed, and she called the court down there explaining to them that she had court up here and was
Provided,
able to
I
attend
provided
that court down
documents.
there. I've also tried to explain that you have no jurisdiction over Arizona and the warrants that they issue. But I would ask the court to see, I don't know what valid warrants look like, but I will leave it at that.
And I was in jail here for 76 days in Arizona. Didn't do anything.
the court is ready to rule on this motion.
Did you hear that? She was in court for 76 days.
The court will impose home confinement on the defendant, Ms. Dawn Marie Newman, subject to the standard conditions with respect to home confinement.
No different than I've been doing.
My understanding of those standard conditions are that she will be able to leave the home for work and for groceries and what else?
Any
Church
church service.
services.
Or worship.
Okay, anything else? Okay, so the court will impose the home confinement. Court will also, in addition to the home confinement, court will also impose ankle monitoring on Ms. Newman to make it easy for everyone to know if she is complying with the home.
Okay, so the Ogden judge, I could barely make it out. I listened to it several times today, and then the editor turned it up in post. The Ogden judge recalled the warrant that he put out for her because the court dates were on the same days. So he recalled the warrant. And then what the Ogden judge did is he said that he's going to put her in home confinement at her own home and mandate that she keeps an ankle monitor on. That would be all well and good. There's more to this. The Arizona warrant is going to come into play right now.
The court will also require the defendant to render her cell phone,
They already have it.
and the court also will prohibit the defendant from obtaining or using any other cell phone during the pendency of this case.
I guess I won't be able to go to court.
I mean, most people don't have landlines, and trying to get a landline is difficult. I think if there's emergencies, if there's the ability to talk to for attorneys, I understand the concern from the state, but taking away the thing that most of us rely on to communicate with anything in the outside world seems slightly unreasonable as far as being able to get in touch with lawyers
Or the court. I go to court via Zoom for juvenile court.
So I recognize the difficulty in communicating in this day and age without a cell phone. I certainly recognize that. However, given the fact that
They have my cell phone.
multiple.
I know, but I'm just saying they have myself.
cases. I think we have hit a dozen cases where there are allegations or convictions already of electronic communication harassment, including this case. The court does believe that this condition of taking away her cell phone and prohibiting her from using the cell phone during the pendency of this case is reasonable, considering the history, considering the nature of the charges, considering the number of cases where there are not just allegations, but there are multiple convictions.
No, those are convictions from the Justice Court, and they've been appealed.
This case is similar. There's an allegation of electronic communication harassment. So yes, I do recognize the challenge and difficulty of communicating with anybody for any reason, as innocent as it may be, to communicate with people without a cell phone. But given the history of the cases, including
These are allegations. They're not fucking true.
The nature of the threats and the allegations that are set forth in this case as well, the court does believe that it is reasonable. The defendant is also subject to supervision by pretrial services. I am willing to consider.
Removing the recording of pretrial services, it should be. And she does probably have set a name of non-recoverable. Some kind of service that which.
Okay. So that's going to be all right. So given the conditions that have been set forth, the court will believe. Well, can pretrial services coordinate the monitoring?
She could go to a place like a private probation provider, and they have ankle monitoring. She just would have to pay through.
How do you ensure that actually happens?
AMP will file a certificate. She can ask AMP to file a certificate that she has received the ankle monitor, or any other private probation provider that provides, that's an alliteration, ankle monitoring. They can file a certificate to the court indicating that she has come in. It's something typical. It's just AMP is the only one off the top of my head I'm aware of that does ankle monitoring.
So the court will relieve pretrial services from any supervision of Ms. Newman given conditions that have been set forth today. Right. Anything else we need to address?
No.
Okay. All right. Do we need to set a new case?
Just for this record, we address warrant.
So I did issue a warrant earlier today. I will recall that warrant. So that warrant that was issued today due to Ms. Newman's initial failure to appear, I will recall that warrant. So
yes,
no new warrant for today. Anything else to it?
So there's no warrant for Utah. There's no warrant in Ogden. They recalled the warrant. So now what is going to happen next?
Good. So that would be what, a decision of prelim? Okay, let's set a decision of prelim for 6 weeks from today, or 6 weeks from yesterday, which would be November 27th, 2024, at 10 a.m. All right. Anything else? Right. Okay. Thank you very much, and thank you, Ms. Newman, and we'll see you then.
So now I don't. phone must be in a plastic bag right now. They must have taken the phone from her. I'm going to wait and see if she comes back on. She doesn't come back on. We got a couple numbers here that we got to call right now. I'm gonna do the legwork tonight, and then fade to black. She's gone. She's not there.
Hello.
Chili DeCastro, how are you?
Good, Philly. Please call me Walt.
Okay, Walt. Are you busy right now? Can you go now down to the courthouse and see if they're going to arrest Dawn from court? This is my phone call to Utah Defender. I also spoke to Utah Cop Watch, who's in the chat right now.
I can't go down right now. No.
Okay. Who is in that town that we can send down to the courthouse? She has court in 30 minutes. Who can go down there to make sure?
Absolutely nobody. Just
what about Utah Cop Watch? Hold on. Let's that phone call doesn't go anywhere because Utah Cop Watch had an emergency with his pet today. He was actually at the vet. He's an hour away from the court hearing. There's no way he could have made it in time to be there. She was already being drug off to the dungeon. They put her in jail in Utah, and they're going to extradite her to Arizona. How long she's going to sit in the Utah jail depends on how long the extradition from Arizona takes. So this is the Institute for Justice in Arizona. It's in Tempe. So I've never called on them before. Can you guys see that? Can you guys see that? So there's the Institute for Justice right there. Institute for Justice. That's their phone number right there. I'm going to give them a call right now. I'm not going to use a Southern accent, but I'm going to call them right now. I'm going to set a live stream for tomorrow morning. I'm going to set it tonight. If you guys want to come back tomorrow morning, we're going to call the Institute for Justice. We're going to call the ACLU of Arizona. I'm going to call them both right now. I'm going to call Institute for Justice right now, and we're going to call ACLU of Arizona because she needs a reputable attorney. And it sucks, but that's the system. I've been doing this for 3.5 years.
Thank you for calling the Institute for Justice. You have reached us outside of our normal business hours. If you would like to speak with someone in our office or have a general inquiry, please press 1. If you have a potential case, please press 2. If you would like to make a donation, please press 3.
Thank you for calling the Institute for Justice. The Institute is a nonprofit public interest law firm dedicated to protecting individual liberty. Our areas of expertise are school choice, economic liberty, property rights, and First Amendment issues. We do not take on any criminal cases or sue private parties. We are able to handle only a small number of cases we receive. If your situation falls within the 4 areas mentioned previously, please visit our website at www.ij.org and download the potential case information form. If you do not have access to our website, please leave your name and address and we will mail the form to you. Please remember to spell any difficult names. After you receive the potential case form, fill it out and return it to the attention of Case Investigations, Institute for Justice, 901 North Glebe Road, Suite 900, Arlington, Virginia, 22203. Due to the large volume of potential case forms we receive, the Institute for Justice is unable to respond to each and every potential case. We will address only the small amount of potential cases that fit within our core areas and that our limited resources allow. Please refrain from contacting us regarding the status of your case form. We thank you in advance and wish you the best of luck.
Hi, my name is Chili DeCastro. I have a channel on YouTube called Delete Laws. We have just over 600,000 subscribers on this channel. I'm calling you today because a woman named Dawn Newman, her date of birth is, she's currently in jail in Ogden, Utah, and they're going to extradite her to Mojave Court, Kingman, Arizona, as soon as the extradition goes through from Utah to Arizona. I'm not sure how they do it. I'm sure they send people to pick her up. She's being completely railroaded. You may remember the viral video when the police covered up the Ring camera. It was a female cop, and then the woman on the other end of it really unleashed this profanity laid tirade at her, at the person who covered her Ring camera. Said, "Don't cover my camera, bitch." Maybe you remember that. That's Dawn. Well, after that video went viral, every auditor on YouTube covered it. The video has been seen millions and millions. Matter of fact, when I show it to my audience, everybody, I mean, put a 1 in the chat if you guys remember that video. So everybody here remembers the video, and there's thousands of people watching. So I want to help Dawn, but she needs a real attorney who has a bar card that has backing. And what I will do in return is I will do a fundraiser for the Institute for Justice, and we can discuss how much money we need to raise, but I will help every step of the way. So far, since I've been on YouTube, we have gotten well over 20 people out of jail that we crowdfunded, and we have helped dozens of people with their rent, with their bills, when they're wrongfully arrested by the police. You can reach me back. My cell phone number is
Recording, press 1. To verify your recording, press 2. To exit, press pound.
Hi, my name is Julie.
Got it. Okay, so that one went through. Now we're going to call the ACLU of Arizona and hope that we can reach somebody there. We have to do everything we can to help her. She's being absolutely railroaded. So this is the phone number for the ACLU of Arizona. And I'm going to do this again tomorrow morning if you guys want to join me. Thanks, Joseph Barbini. Thanks, Brick. Appreciate you, man. Let's give a call real quick over to, that's Institute for Justice. And now this is the ACLU copy here. Let me put this right here. This is the ACLU of Arizona. We're going to give a call over there. I'm going to call again in the morning. I'm going to call the Institute for Justice, and Plead the Fifth actually looked up some criminal defense attorneys in Kingman, Arizona. And so we're also going to call some of those criminal defense attorneys. Let's give a call to the ACLU of Arizona real fast and see if we can help her. I think we should try the ACLU of Utah as well.
Thank you for calling the American Civil Liberties Union of Arizona. Please listen carefully to the following options. To bypass this message and go directly to the staff directory, press 9. Para español, marque número 1. If you are a member of the press or media, press 2. For information on membership or how to donate, press 3. For information on how to submit a request for assistance, press 4. For information on volunteering or how to get involved with our campaign, press 5.
Please wait while your call is being transferred. Sorry, we cannot connect your call at the moment. Please try again later.
Okay, so we're going to try again tomorrow morning. And I'm going to set a live stream tonight. I hate to set a live stream the day before because my days are so crazy as I get this studio ready for prime time so we can start Constitutional Law Scholar and I can teach the board game that I invented. And so I want to get on that, but sometimes life gets in the way. And so, hey, Cat Law, she has 19 misdemeanors and 1 felony in Arizona. I don't even know her full list of charges. Was it Utah Cop Watch or Utah Defender who has an hour-long interview with her? Which one of you guys has an interview with her? I will call Utah Cop Watch and Utah Defender after this, and I will get. I got the paint off my arms. I was painting all day again today. I wish I could show you this place. It's almost done. You guys will be able to join Team DLZ tomorrow, and you guys will get to see exactly what I'm doing behind the scenes. Tomorrow, Team DLZ is finally going to be done. 7 hours, 15 minutes, and 4 seconds. Wow. Really? You guys saw earlier tonight, I showed you teamdlz.com. It didn't have that. And now in the past 1 hour since we've been live, the web designer has, we are going to be live on Team DLZ by tomorrow. So here's the link to Team DLZ. I don't know if there's a way you can sign up yet, but you guys will be able to follow what I'm doing in this studio and what I've been doing. I have been extraordinarily busy. So you guys, tomorrow, check back teamdlz.com. That happens tomorrow. You do. Utah Cop Watch. Okay. Oh, really? There's a link? Can you just text it to me? Utah Cop Watch. Can you just text it to me on my phone? We have each other's phone numbers. My friend David Condon just sent me a text message. Thanks, David. I appreciate that. Thanks a lot. Utah Cop Watch. Will you please text me that link? Oh, there it is, Kinetic Customs. I can grab that. You know what? I got it right here. So this is Dawn right here. We're going to get to take a look at her right now and see and meet her. Team DLZ is up tomorrow. Wait till you guys see what we're actually doing. I can't wait. I can't wait to share this with you guys. It is. I've been working on my own projects for a very long time, completely alone and in the dark, and no one see. Well, not alone. I have several people helping, but let's take a look at the video. Let's take a look at the interview with Dawn, and this is on Utah Cop Watch's channel. Let me make sure that I hit the like button, and then let me share with you guys what I'm seeing over here. So this is Dawn. You're going to get to meet her. Always drop a comment for the creator. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you so much, man. I really appreciate it.
My name's Dawn. I'm from Los Angeles, but I live in Ogden, Utah, and was kind of raised everywhere. But
Okay.
in 9/11 of 2016, I received a call from Erica, the investigator from Lee County, Florida, Fort Myers, DCFS, or they call it LSF, and letting me know that my youngest sister's 4 children were being taken into protective custody. And from that day till December of 2018, I fought hard for getting the kids brought here to Utah to live with me, because their parents had left Florida after about 6 months of them being in foster care. There was a lot of physical abuse in the foster care system. It's just a nightmare, but trying to get them here took 2.5 years. And
Was
then
it physical or sexual or both?
physical. They had no sexual abuse, none of them, but they were split up 2 and 2. So trying to weave that bond back together was complicated. But in December of 2018, finally the kids arrived in the state of Utah with me and remained with me the entire time. Their biological mother, my youngest sister, Tiffany, had left Florida and went to multiple other states and committed crimes and was arrested and released. And she has a lot of different identities and stuff, so it's hard to keep up with her. But she made her way back to Florida and was arrested for like grand theft auto, arson, burglary, drug equipment, fleeing. And she ended up going to prison in the state of Florida. She was supposed to get 6 years. But prior to her getting arrested and getting sentenced to prison, the children were already on their way to me. It'd been over 2 years at this point, and the parents were not going to get custody of the children again. They were with me. Everything was fine until my sister got out of prison. She got out of prison in like September of 2020. And by January of 21, we were knee deep in issues.
Did she create those issues?
She did.
By going to the government?
No,
in Florida?
she was first she tried coming to the government in Utah, but she tried grooming the oldest child. And so once the government came and approached me, I did not allow them to violate my rights. I did not allow them to overstep their boundaries. And so they didn't like me from the first day. The first day the lady
Now,
walked
who
up
is
to
it
the door.
that did not like you?
So the first person was Brooke Zamora. She worked with the Division of Children and Families in Weber County. And I don't believe she's with them anymore, but she came walking up my driveway and I was standing on the porch And she said, "Oh, people like you, I have all kinds of resources for people like you." I don't still to this day know what she meant by that, but people like me, I'm a single parent with 4 kids. I have a couple college degrees. I'm a provider in dentistry, and I have been for 27 years with licensed as a professional for the last 15.
No, and you lost
I lost everything
because of all this.
Yeah. So
all she did was take in those kids and raise them she calls them her kids.
I can get it back, and I'm working to get it back because I know that I'm not responsible for any of this stuff.
So for the I'm just going to call it Child Protective Services.
Yeah.
They came to your door, and that's when your trouble started.
Right. So the trouble started when the mom got out of prison and was grooming the child. Then the child, so the oldest boy, he walked out that door and he was in his boxers and he disappeared. And within just a few minutes, I couldn't find him. So
He was living here.
yeah, he lived here, but he was hiding at the neighbor's house. I think he told him he was hiding in the tree, but I think he was in the garage of the neighbors and he fell asleep because he was up all night.
Mhm.
So within an hour and a half, I had a homicide team at my house. This is April of 21. And it was pretty intense and crazy, but that's where the lieutenants and some of these sergeants come into play.
Can you name him?
Yes, Lieutenant Vanderwerf.
From Ogden Police or
From Ogden Police. They were with Ogden Homicide, but I called to tell them that my kid had left and he went outside, but I couldn't find him. So it
out
was
of
chilly.
concern, you called.
Absolutely.
Her kid, she lost her child, which is she's the biological aunt.
Because I was afraid. I thought somebody had kidnapped him.
Mhm.
And then I called my husband who lives on the other side of town to come
Mhm.
over. He told me not to call the police, but I was in such a panic that I called. It's 7:30 in the morning and it's windy and cold and the only thing he's wearing is his boxers.
Yeah, now these days you can't call police for help because you will not get help. You either
I've learned
get
that. I've learned that.
harassed or murder.
Well, the welfare checks are what's really going to get people killed. Those come later. So at that point, they put my husband in the back seat of the car and told him that I had killed the child and that he'd buried the body.
Who
So
said this?
somebody to my husband, I don't.
Let me explain so it's clear. She got 4 children from her biological sister that she took in after her sister was put in prison. When the oldest of the 4, and I believe his name is Jaden, he was 9 or 10 years old, he slipped out the front door and went to a neighbor's house, crawled in through the doggy door, and there he sat and played in the garage for several hours. But this is her 9 or 10-year-old son, nephew biologically, son in reality. And so when her son was missing, her nephew, she called the police for help. When the police arrived there, they brought a homicide detective. The homicide detective had concocted, because she'd called her ex-husband for help because she was panicking, that she had murdered the boy and that her ex-husband had disposed of the body. And this is before they even found the kid or had any real information.
And that my husband in the back seat of the car. So at that point, they put my husband in the back seat of the car and told him that I had killed the child and that he'd buried the body.
Who
So
said this?
somebody to my husband, I don't know who, but at like 3 or 4 hours have passed. I feel like they're not looking for him. I want to go look for him. And here we are, it's getting to be noon and this started about 8.
So they already kissed him out because they
Yeah.
think he's dead.
Right,
Because someone told them, not your husband.
They didn't believe anything that I said when I said he was just in his, chonies. They
Yeah.
said they called bullshit. And it's true. They found him in just his chonies. So that's kind of where the fight started because they were just like on me, like in my house right next to me, but I still had 3 other kids in
So
there.
they were interrogating you
Absolutely,
in your house.
but I had no idea about that until after they released my husband. But the thing is if you're a mother, parent, whatever, if you have 4 kids and you got issues with one, as soon as you lose it, it's lost. Like I have to maintain something for the other kids because I don't need to have them feel fearful or afraid or scared because at that point I don't know what emotion to really uphold. And unless you've had your children abducted, I mean, it's kind of a hard emotion to try to have somebody understand. But about 3:30, he came walking out of the neighbor's yard and the cops are here. But the thing is they were being dicks to me, and I asked them to leave, that I was done, get the fuck off my property. I'm going to go look for my kid myself. I got with some other lady, and we put together some teams, and we were going to go start wandering around the neighborhoods.
Something that I don't understand. You said he walked out.
So he walked out of that door, and I don't know which way he went.
So you were going to go look for him, but that was
I
before
did look for him. No, I did look for him,
Yeah,
and
but
I was screaming.
then he showed up here at
They're talking about the missing 10-year-old boy. He walked out the front door.
your house.
Not for 6.5 hours.
Okay.
So he was gone. But the thing is when all the cops came, one cop came, and I'm running up and down the street pounding on doors and screaming and crying, and he didn't get out of his car, and I'm like, no one's gonna answer the door for me, it's early, and I just look like a crazy, I need the police to knock on the door to see. Right, but I was terrified.
Yeah.
And so then I think he knocked on a few doors, but right away they just brought a lot of other officers, and then they got me inside the house and then kind of just trapped me in there.
So from the beginning of all this, the Ogden Police Department painted you as a bad person.
They spent 6 hours underneath my house digging, and I live in a Rambler. But if they would have asked me, this is April. In January, my pressure sensor valve on my water heater was broken for about 32 days before I figured it out. So that means that your water heater fills up with water, and then it just dumps it all to the ground. So it's going under the house. So there was disturbed dirt under there. But when the cops came, and they came like a ton, there was a helicopter, everything. I let them know initially that my kids are scared of police, because police are what removed them from their home in Florida. And they used battering rams, and it was really scary and traumatic for them.
Stop.
I didn't learn that until my issue with the battering ram.
So you found the boy.
He decided to show himself. They had tracking dogs and everything.
So I'm kind of losing the continuum of time here. When did they start using why did they use it when they're already there?
I don't know. Why were they pretending like I was here when there's no car in the driveway? They call out the fact that I'm a single parent, so I'm one person, I have one vehicle, but you continue to come over and pound on my doors and windows all around the sides of the house. They just beat on it.
Wow.
And there's no car in the driveway.
And then every time they show up here, they always what do they do to your evidence, your camera?
So they like to cover it up. They did it yesterday. They walk up and cover the camera. So
tell us why you believe they covered the camera.
Well, because they have something to hide. Why else would you cover a camera?
Okay.
We're on camera everywhere we go.
So they don't want to be the face of harassment.
Right. Well, the guy that put the evidence sticker, Detective Pratt, I guess you could say I heckled him a little bit. I called him because he was in charge of my burglary case.
But you're right.
But I asked him where I could find some more of those evidence stickers.
Now, let me, I know that.
But there was audio recording that went on for a while after he put that sticker over.
People are like to say, especially all the bootlickers and
leather chewers,
and they love to say, oh, well, her language, but you,
but it didn't start out that way.
let me you are a very spoken person, but you will defend yourself, and it is your right to talk the way you want to talk.
When you have previous trauma, and then you're being exposed to current trauma, and you're fearful, and you have something to protect, I felt that the only thing that I had was my voice.
Thank you.
To protect myself, because I can't use physical
against them
to protect us. So the only thing I can do is use my voice. But the language kind of escalated, because when all of these things were happening with the biological mother and the DCFS people, no one was listening to me. No one would hear me. I begged everybody to help us and to make this stop, like the guardian ad litem, the police, everybody. The biological mother, I mean, and I hate to say it because she's my sister, she is not a good person. She really isn't. She has a habitual history of drug use and criminal. Yeah. So I guess it was just a way to protect myself. I didn't start that way, but once they started like accusing me and just being very aggressive, then I got that way. But they weren't listening when I wasn't using cuss
I want
words.
to interject something here so everybody that's watching this understands. When the police, this is the way I am. I never started swearing at anybody until they put their hands on me, and that was more. So the point that I want to make here, we as citizens, when police come in,
they think they
reaction. They think they have total authority over you, and they mentally rape you, and then they physically taunt you.
And I wanted to be left alone. I asked when they were coming, and so they were doing welfare checks, like by who knows who. But the thing is they were escalating the situation, and I asked them to call me.
Welfare check.
They won't tell you it's private. They won't tell you who called.
They can just come into your house and say we'd make a welfare check.
You need to be careful. Those welfare checks are going to get people murdered.
So I want everybody out there watching this to realize the government. You know, you might live in your home and then you have one child that makes a mistake, and then they think they have total control over your whole life. And this is the focus that I want to bring right at this point. They automatically invaded into your life to make you miserable.
Yeah.
So Utah Defender and Utah Cop Watch, I'm going to drop the link for do you guys want to watch the whole thing? Do you guys want to watch this whole thing right now? Because it's fairly long. We could watch the whole thing. I think I should let people watch it on their own is what I think, because Utah Defender's jumping in and giving his perspective, and he's doing the best he can. When you interview someone, you want them to answer all the questions, and you just ask a question, and then yeah, it's long. Utah Cop Watch. So I think Kinetic Customs has dropped it down in there. Kinetic Customs and Racing put it in there. If you guys want to watch the whole thing, which I will watch the whole thing off camera, we could watch a little more.
It was pretty infiltrated,
and because of your language to them to protect
which
yourself,
didn't start for like more than a year after the harassment.
But because of your language, they take offense to it, and they'll do everything they can.
It's retaliatory in nature.
Exactly.
It's actually.
It's in their nature. It's in their nature.
It is. And the thing here in Ogden, which I'm not from Ogden, but I've lived here more than a decade. And my issues didn't start heavily with the law enforcement until September of 23, as far as criminal stuff. But prior to that, so my oldest child with trauma has a fight or flight response, and he's had it since he got here. He had it before he got here. So his initial reaction is to run. You guys saw that when he tried to run from the state. But he also is fearful of going back with his mother and would rather secure a safe location to be rather than to go back to his mom. I have some videos and some recordings of that where he's telling his mom he'd rather take his chance in foster care than ever go live.
So you have years of paperwork, documents of being harassed by government of Arizona and in Utah.
So
right?
Utah, the harassment started in March and April of 2021. Arizona didn't come into the picture for me until, so it's different because based on what I knew then versus what I know now is dramatically different. But at the time, September, when they removed the kids on September 26th, for reasons that are still unknown as of today.
What year?
2023, September 26th of 23, the day they covered the camera. But they tried to remove them in July when they came with the SWAT team. But none of this.
They came to your house with the SWAT team?
July 5th of 2023, they came with the SWAT team and surrounded my house.
How many days was that after he left, hit himself, and came back? How many days after that?
So that was 2 years later.
At your house.
That was 2 years later.
Why would they come 2 years later?
So the thing is that there was if anybody knows anything about ICPC or the UCCJEA, which is the Uniform Child Custody Jurisdiction Enforcement Act, and almost every state accepts that. That way, one state can handle what's going on with children who cross state lines. So it's a federal program because you see the way that the cops communicate with each other. They can't find their head from their ass.
No, just like when they were arresting you.
They had three people doing. Yeah.
One was searching you. The other one was pulling on you.
Well, he was pulling me, trying to put me in a different car, and so he was pulling his coworker too. But it was Andrew Parker.
Yeah.
So the communication is. And decisions are made from one jurisdiction, not two who can't collaborate. So that was, I think that, I don't remember. It was like the late 80s when most states had adopted into the UCCJEA. So what happened was the children were placed with me in December of 2018. And Florida kept a tether on them because initially it was going to be temporary. But then my sister got sentenced to 6 years. So they were coming to me anyways. But then once she went to prison, it was going to be determined on how long she was going to be there, if this is going to be temporary or permanent. So it started temporary. I was going to be the bridge that gapped filled the gap for my sister to get her kids back so she didn't lose her family. We don't have a lot of family. So, but once I didn't know what she was arrested for or anything like that in Florida. But once she did her court process, they closed the case out here in Utah. Florida did in October of 2019 as permanent. So I didn't want to terminate her parental rights. I didn't want to adopt the children because then that will affect the relationship that I have with my sister and, you know, moving forward. So the state, when I agreed it was going to be permanent and the children were going to be adopted to me and they were going to handle everything. I didn't find out until April of 2024 like what Florida didn't do actually. So she didn't end up doing the 6 years in prison. She got out after about a year.
Was she on probation?
She was on parole, I think. And so a lot of this, like I wasn't involved in any of the Florida court stuff. The only court date that I attended for Florida was in October of 2019 with Lori Furheim, which was my ICPC caseworker in Weber County. I was in her office in the DCFS building and we phoned in and listened to the court and then it was permanent. So fast forward to January of 21, I reached out and asked that same person and the district for help supervising these visits because it was my responsibility to provide care for these children. If you don't do the foster system, then you don't benefit from money. So it was on my dime. So I had to prove that I could afford to take care of them. And I had to do all these things in order just to get them background check. I didn't have a criminal background at the time. I never had one until September of 23. But so I did all that. I supported them. The state of Florida didn't help financially. They didn't help with anything, actually, nothing. They just getting the kids here. And then they told Utah not to help me as well. So when it came to resources, I had zero support. It was me and the kids. And I didn't realize how expensive daycare was for 4 kids. So, you know, it took a couple months to kind of iron that out. And then I was back to work. And then my sister really didn't try to build a bridge between her house and mine for the kids. Like she wouldn't adhere to a once a week phone call with them or visit, even though we had 2. I set a date. She was supposed to set a date. She really didn't. She just wanted to control. She just said I was trying to control. But really what she didn't understand is that children with a history of trauma need a routine. You have to have expectations. You have to have order in your life or else things are just out of control. The anxiety, I mean, it'll just eat you up. I had no idea that she was manipulating the oldest to say things. So she had told him
through phone calls.
Through phone calls. And I didn't monitor them like I should have. And she would specifically ask the children to go somewhere privately so they could talk. And her excuse was that, because in order for me to listen, I have to have it on speaker. So her excuse was that she could hear me talking in the background. So she didn't want to hear that. But
okay, everybody, I have Utah Defender on the phone right now. Utah Defender, how you doing, Walt? His name's Walt. How you doing, Walt?
Well, I went to something tonight and I'm depressed about that. And then I had Dawn's friend, Roseanne, call me and tell me that she has a $200,000 bond.
She has a $200,000 bond, so 10% of that's $20,000. And where is she being held at? She's being held in Utah or she's being held in Arizona?
She's being held in Weber County Jail, which is a shithole.
So,
and Arizona, the Ogden police, the court system are all working in concert against her. Her public defender is holding evidence away from her.
Her public defender is holding evidence? Well,
yes, away from her. She's not sharing it with her.
So, okay. So we have 3 states involved. Florida's out of the mix. They were just involved with the child custody. Then the battle between Utah and Arizona doesn't have to do with the children. It has to do with Dawn's sister who lives in Arizona, who filed a protective order against her that she filed with the court that Dawn violated that protective order, which is why they won't give Dawn her cell phone. Correct so far, right?
Well, not really, because Dawn has not called her sister.
No, I know that. I'm saying her sister claimed she violated the protective order. Is that correct?
Exactly. Correct.
Okay. Okay. So now Utah is going to hold her, but can she be extradited to Arizona? Do you know the information?
I don't know that right now. I don't even know if they have any extra. The thing that everybody needs to know is they set up court cases to be in court at exactly the same time in Utah and Arizona, and I think they did that on purpose to hem her up.
Yeah.
Because just like when they found out that the warrant that they arrested her on when I was arrested was expunged, then they immediately called down there to, I think it's Mojave County, Arizona, and had them issue 2 more warrants and to cover their ass.
Right.
This is how unbelievable this woman is being treated.
She embarrassed the police. She embarrassed them, and now they want to make an example out of her. That if any, they did the same thing to me, Walt. They put me in jail. I'll leave that off me, but I'm just saying they did the same thing to me. So they're making an example out of her that if you make a video and you tell them to go F themselves and it goes viral, well, then they're gonna railroad you, and they're railroading her right now. So okay, can you find out when her court date is?
I can find out from Roseanne tomorrow. Her friend called me. I've never talked to her before. I don't even want to share everything right now, but I'm
No, because you're live and there's going to be thousands of people who see this. So
yeah, well, this is retaliatory on a woman who, out of the goodness of her heart, decided to take her 4 children of her sister into her home, and no one ever helped her with money from this state or Florida. And now, look, she told us when we went there that DCFS would do this, and then they arrested me too.
I saw that they arrested you as well. I covered that video.
Yeah, I mean, they are very retaliatory for no reason.
Yeah. We
I was walking up the sidewalk, a free person, and the sergeant gets in front of me, and he's triggered by who I call Officer Lardass, a female, and he hits me twice.
Right.
And I'm going, what are you doing? You have no right. There's no reasonable articulable suspicion, and there was no probable cause. And then he steals my phone.
Right.
And I have the district attorney, the attorneys for Ogden, they say, we object to returning your phone. Well, they don't know about Title 42, 2000 AA. They can't take my phone. They've already violated my civil rights.
Right. So let's go back to Dawn real quick here. So
yeah.
I'm sorry. No, that's okay. I understand. I do that. We all go to self because the self is the most important thing in your world, and it's just natural. So I'm putting the video that I did with her, the interview I did with her, that was an hour and a half. I just put it in the chat if people want to hear her story before this went down just a week ago, around the same time you guys did this interview with her. So she's going to be held at the Ogden. What's the name of that jail over there?
It's the Ogden. It's the Sheriff's Complex. It's off of Depot Drive. When you're on 15, you get off on 12, and it's on 1400 Depot Drive in Ogden, and it's a shitty place to be in.
I know it. Do you have the phone number for that place, or do you know how I can look up the phone number?
All you got to do is ask for the Sheriff Complex, and you'll get some phone numbers. That's all I know. I don't know what the number is to the jail. I do not know.
Okay, so hold on 1 second. Well, I'm going to see if I can find this real quick. It's the Ogden Jail Sheriff's Complex.
What you want to Google?
I think I got it. I think I got the Weber County Sheriff's Office, and there's the jail right there. So let me give a call to that jail real quick, and then I will hit you back shortly when we're not on a recorded line with thousands of people watching. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. I'm here for Dawn, and because you're helping her. I thank you 1,000 times for what you're doing.
I know, buddy. I know.
You're a great guy. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, Walt. We're all in it together, man. We don't stop. Let me call the jail.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay, bye, Walt. That was Walt at Utah Defender. Someone can drop the link in the chat. Let's give a call over to this jail real fast and see if we can find out what they're going to tell us.
A list of inmate services and our current inmate roster is available on our website, www.weavercountyutah.gov/sheriff. For visiting, press 1. For accounting, press 2. For court information, release dates, or if you need to reach corrections records, press 3. For booking, press 4. For inmate property, press 5. For our community release programs, press 6. For our reentry staff, press 7. For commissary, press 8. For medical, press 9. To hear these options again, press the pound key.
Maybe we should push 4 on this one.
Visits are by appointment only. We do not make appointments over the phone. If you would like to schedule a visit, please visit www.securustech.net. That's www.securustech.net. If you would still like to speak to visiting staff, please press 1.
This group does not accept phone calls. You will now be disconnected.
Let's try it again here. Let's see if we can try to get it. Let's see what they're going to say. I want to see if I can get a hold of someone at the jail to confirm.
Services and our current inmate roster is available on our website, www.weavercountyutah.gov/sheriff. For visiting, press 1. For accounting, press 2. For court information, release dates, or if you need to reach corrections records, press 3. For booking, press 4. For inmate property, press 5. For release.
I'm going to call booking here. You know, I think Lane Myers might be an option here. He's a. How are you, sir? My name's Jose. I was calling about Dawn Newman and trying to find out a little information about her.
Okay. What information are you looking for?
Well, is there a bond amount to get her out, and is she going to be extradited to Arizona?
Okay. Yes, there is a bail. You're probably not going to be able to do it because it's $2 million.
The bail is $2 million?
Yes.
How in the... Okay, you don't set the bail. I understand that.
Yeah, that's just what the warrant. That's what the warrants out of Arizona say.
I read that wrong.
I apologize. It's 200,000.
Oh, it's not 2 million. It's 200,000. Okay, that's. I'm a journalist. Everything I do is recorded and on the record. So I want to make sure that you know that, and that we make sure that we get the proper information, because I'm going to put together a fund and we're going to try to get her out of there. So is that bail 200,000? Is that Arizona bail or is that Utah bail? Because we heard the judge rescinded the warrant for Utah today. So is that the Arizona warrant?
Yeah, that would be that's going out of Arizona. She's only being held on the warrant out of Arizona. That's it.
Okay, so we wouldn't even pay the bail to the jail in Ogden. We would pay the bail to the Arizona jail, to the Kingman County?
No, it would still be paid through here, through us.
Okay, so now correct me if I'm wrong, but the information I'm getting is that Mojave has 10 days to extradite, and if they don't extradite within 10 days, then they have to release her. Is that correct?
They have 30 days, and they can also ask for an extension.
Right. Okay. So they have 30 days. They can also ask. And when can she get a bond? Well, I don't know if you know the answer or not, but can she get a bond reduction hearing
That's up to the courts. She can, but yeah, that's up to the courts. I have no say
Right.
in that.
Right. No, listen, I was just in jail for 4 months wrongfully. My conviction was overturned on appeal. And some of the jail guards were decent human beings to me. So I try to take people as I get them now, because the jail guards for so many years got, and there's still some bad things that go on, but you've been nothing but respectful and kind with me. So I appreciate your time. And then is there a way that we can get an inmate number so that we can put a little bit of money on our books?
Are you ready for it?
I'm ready for that inmate number.
It is
292 723. 292 723. Last name is Newman, Don Newman.
Yep.
Okay. And then what's the best way to put money on her commissary?
If you are not here in Ogden, I would go to jailatm.com.
Jailatm.com. 292 723.
Yes.
292 723, because we got some different corresponding numbers in there. So I just got the correct number, and that's her inmate number. And it's called Jail ATM. And do people need to know any more information to put $20 on her books besides Don Newman? Do you know which jail it's called? What's the actual name of the jail?
So our jail is called Weber County Jail.
Weber County Jail.
Facility.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Jailatm.com, Weber County Jail, Don Newman, 292 723. That's all the information we need to put a little bit of money on her books.
It should be. I've actually never done it, so yeah, that should be all that you need.
Of course. Of course. Okay. So then I think that's all the information, $200,000. And then there's no way to get a hold of her public defender, huh?
I don't even know who her public defender would be at this point, at this time.
That seems like a really excessive bail.
Yeah, like that is set by the court, by the judge.
Set by the judge in Arizona.
Yes.
Okay. It's set by the judge in Kingman County, Arizona. Okay. Okay. Then thanks a lot for your time. I appreciate it. Have a great night.
Yep, you too.
Hey, will you do me a favor?
It depends on the favor.
Can you just let her know that we're not going to stop till we get her out?
I'm actually not allowed to pass on any messages.
I understand. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Yep, you're welcome. Thank you.
I was just in that dungeon for 4 months. I was just there. I was just in that jail. Not that one in Weber County. It's Daniel, it's just $20,000 gone. Once that money is spent, it's just gone. The money's gone forever. The bail bondsman gets it, and we never get it back. The bail money never comes back. It's against the law to provide hope to anyone in need. I don't think so, Dan. Dan, if you want to send a Venmo, I'll put it on her books through Jail ATM. But I don't think I think I'm going to need some help from some other people who have channels. I think that this group of people here, we should reach out to other folks who have channels. This channel here, we used to get 1,000, 1,500 people during the live. And now we're just under 400 right now, and that's spread out across 6 channels. So unless they drop the charges, the money comes back. They're not going to drop the charges. That's an excessive. Thanks, Elizabeth. That's an excessive bail. That's an excessive bail. And starting the third day of my fast. I'm going to do a 7-day fast right now. And so I'm starting my third day now. So I'm starving. I can feel the hunger pains. I think if we can get a hold of her public defender, and we need an attorney, let's you guys want to try something? Let's try something out of the box. I'm going to reach out to this guy who's an Arizona attorney, and this guy's a champion. You should see him in court. Let me show you this guy's channel. This guy is a champion. Lane Myers. This is. I'm actually I'm not subscribed to a lot of people on YouTube. I mean, but I am subscribed to Lane Myers, and this guy is one hell of a good attorney, and he is. So let's go like this. Let's take a look. Let's view his email address. There it is. NMS NMSP lawsuit at gmail.com. Whoops. NMSP. Put that in the chat if you would, please. Let's hit up Lane Myers. He's there now. He's right there. Let's hit him up. He doesn't have a huge channel, but this guy is super powerful. Super powerful. This is him right here. And he absolutely destroyed this. I've watched a lot of his videos. And he went to court. Let me play this court for you. This was unbelievable what he did in a courtroom in Arizona. He's very eclectic. He's very different. Did someone put the email address in the chat? Because this guy absolutely crushed the court. I mean, he crushed it. Let me see if I can find the actual video. I don't know where that video is, but trust me when I tell you, I was meaning to cover this video. Is this the one right here? Let me see what you guys can see here. This is Lane Myers. What is that email address? We're gonna shoot him an email. nmsplawsuit@gmail.com. I want, if you guys could, let's reach out to Lane and tell him to reach out to Delete Laws at Gmail. Delete Laws at Gmail. So, Brick, do me a favor. Put his email address and my email address on in a comment for me, if you would, please, Brick. Delete Laws with a Z at gmail.com. I got you, Lezo TBO. Liberty Lens. What's going on, Prince? I had to close my office there because too many people knew the address. Yeah. But so I know it. Pray for sure. Pray for sure. So NMSP lawsuit. So it's, he's a lawyer. Email Lane, NMSP lawsuit at gmail.com. And ask him to email Chili. There it is. I'm doing it right now. You were okay. So we're gonna reach out to Lane. He's right there, Johnny on the spot, and this will give him a chance to swoop in and really be a hero, and really help some people. I help out Dawn Newman. and that's her name. If you guys, let's reach out to Lane. He is such a cool guy, and he's super eclectic and super different. And I got nothing but respect for him. Really, he's everything you would want to be as far as understanding legalese. He is so good at legalese, you can't even imagine. I'm switching over right now to delete laws. Okay, I'm in delete laws. Oh, I see you. Thanks, Freeman. I appreciate it. Oh, I did not promote any trifolds. I usually give away trifolds. NMSP lawsuit at gmail.com. RE, call me Lane. Let me open this bad chicken big so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing here. Nope, that's not it. That's the wrong one. That is not it. Let me show you what I'm going to write to him. There it is. Okay, now you guys can you guys see that? Okay. So I'm going to put Lane, call me. My name is Chili DeCastro, and I am delete laws on YouTube. We have a situation in Arizona in Kingman County. A woman by the name of Dawn Newman is being held in Ogden, Utah, with an Arizona warrant. The bail is $200K. I know from my court here in LA that you must enter a bond reduction hearing before you plead. We need help. One second. Let me put my cell phone number in here. One second. I'm just putting my cell phone number in here for him. Okay, so I sent that. I just sent that email to Lane. So I would love to be able to get a hold. I don't know how much the DUI guy will help. Maybe he'll help. Maybe he'll help. We hired him previously. We gave him a little under $7,000 to help Craig Hendry. Craig Hendry is currently in jail right now. So that's right. Need a motion for a bond hearing to lift the warrant. We need a motion for a bond hearing for a same thing, bond reduction hearing, bail reduction hearing. We're saying the same thing. And I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not giving any legal advice. I'm just saying that Lane is a badass attorney. Like, you cannot even imagine. He is a really good attorney. If you want, I can show you you guys want to see a video from Lane? You guys got to see this. You guys, I'm just gonna go through a few videos here with you guys. I'm gonna go through a few videos because I remember seeing this video before, and let me see if I can find this video. It's got to be in his videos under popular.
To him though.
I don't think this is the one. I think it's different. I think it's. I have it in my phone here. Do you know that? I sent it to a friend a long time ago. And I said, "Wow, did you see this video of this guy?" It's gonna take me 1 second to pull it up, but I want you guys to see Lane Myers in action, and that's the reason why I reached out to him, and I'm asking you guys to also reach out to him to have him contact me. I put my email address and his email address up there. You can have him. Yes, he is an absolute G. The guy is absolutely amazing. Yeah, and also drop some comments on his most recent videos. Let's try to get his attention. Jilly, thank you. That was you? I didn't know what username that attached to. Thank you. I'm still going to give away trifolds at the end of this live cast. So if you don't have a trifold in your car, I'm going to give them away because Jilly donated. Every time someone donates to me or every time someone buys a trifold from me, I try to give things away as much as I possibly can because I actually want to make a difference in this world. And if someone has a trifold in their car and then they don't get arrested because they plead the Fifth Amendment, if I was able to contribute this much and they were able to handle themselves and conduct themselves in a way that made it so that the cop didn't arrest them, then I feel like a winner. Everything you do for yourself, according to Thomas Hobbes. And he wrote an entire synopsis or a thesis called The Nature of Man. If you have not seen it, it is unbelievable. I have so many text messages back and forth with a friend of mine, but you have to see this Lane Myers video where he just absolutely destroyed the prosecuting attorney, called his wife a cunt, was cursing, screaming, F this, F that. I have the video in my chat log here with a friend. So let me see if I can find it real quick. Does anybody know that video? If anybody can find that video for me, that would be amazing. It was so good. And I should be able to find it. Yeah, if we have to. Oh, you did? You texted to me? No, you didn't text that to me. I'm just going to look through a couple of his videos because it has to be in one of the most popular ones. Full pro se deposition, not that one. Kidnapping case, not that one. That's not the one either. He puts the phone in his pocket. It is so good. You have no idea. It is such a great video. And I really hope that I can find it. It was so, so good. Got it. Got it. Got it. Way to go. Way to go. And that's from Utah Cop Watch. Got it. Lane Myers eats a prosecutor. Got it right here. Here it is right here. This is the video.
Is she allowed to contact me?
Okay.
What's your name?
This is the guy that we're reaching out to right now. I know a few of you guys are taking off. It's late. Yeah, thank you, Cop Watch. Utah Cop Watch sent that to me. So here's the reason why we're reaching out to Lane Myers. And it's a black screen the whole time, so I'll stay on screen with you guys and we'll listen to this together. But look at how absolutely amazing Lane Myers is. And I drop a few comments in here.
What's your name? How do you say that? Thank you. What's his name? Huh? Oh, okay. I know his name. I was just wondering if he was ashamed to give it. He was ashamed of who he is. I mean, he has no shame, no ethics. You have no ethics either, do you? Are you about to dismiss this? No. Okay, then set the court date and I'm leaving.
Set a trial date?
Yep.
What's the trial date? I want to be heard on 2 matters.
You guys can talk amongst yourself when I'm gone. Because if you start the hearsay bullshit again, you're a tainted jury. So if he says anything other than anything about the case, you just tainted the jury. Because if the jury was sitting here, he wouldn't be able to talk hearsay. I don't what? You're the jury. You're supposed to be an impartial judge, which means an impartial jury. If you let this man spout off about anything other than the facts of the case, you just tainted the jury. You'll be recused like the last 4 judges. You'll have a commission of judicial conduct complaint. You'll have a lawsuit. You can laugh and joke all we want. This is an unethical piece of shit prosecutor.
Threatening to a judge like threatening to throw a fish in the water. So
I'm not threatening fucking shit. I'm threatening to file a formal complaint on you because you're a piece of shit.
Fine, sir.
You're a fucking.
Wow. Have you ever heard anybody go off like that and tell the judge the prosecutor's an unethical piece of shit?
I'm threatening to file a formal complaint on you because you're a piece of shit.
Fine, sir.
You're a fucking scam ass judge over creating fucking bullshit.
You're a scam
This
ass
is
judge.
straight bullshit, and that's a lying sack of shit right there. Fake witness, wannabe victim.
Sit down. Thank you.
Play games. Put this fucking clown on the fucking stand. Why the fuck?
Sir.
Is this a pretrial? Then why the fuck are there witnesses here if I can't bring mine? The fucking law says it, motherfucker. The fucking rules of procedure said at the fucking pretrial you can't bring witnesses. So why the fuck is she here? Because the state's a fucking unethical piece of shit manipulating this fucking court system because Romero's your fucking boss. Deloria's a dumbass. Where the fuck is the arresting officer? Why is this bitch here, not the fucking arresting officer?
Calm your language.
Why couldn't I bring the fucking witnesses?
Please.
Where's my witnesses?
This is a pretrial conference.
Then why the fuck are there witnesses here? They're not. No, they're not. Read the fucking rules, bro. They're not the fucking victim, and if he pulls that shit, you're getting recused too.
Are they the victim?
No.
I'm asking.
I got the fucking police report right here.
Are they the victim?
If you fucking lie, you already know what fucking time it is.
One of them is the victim.
Who's the victim? Neither one of them is a fucking victim. A victim of her own fucking stupidity, maybe. She's a witness, sir. Judge Riojas, that woman is listed in the police report as a witness, okay? This piece of shit hasn't turned over his fucking witness list, and it's been 105 days. Where's the Rule 15 witness list? How the fuck are we going to have trial if I haven't even received the witness list yet? Huh, Rojas? We have fucking 30, 40 fucking days to have the trial, and I haven't even received. What? He's going to call her as a witness? Why hasn't he disclosed that under Rule 15.2b, 1.1b? Where's my fucking witness list? Where's the state's disclosure? It was due fucking July 11th. Then Crenshaw said August 9th. Then Mayhew lost her fucking mind and didn't enforce it. Anything that this motherfucker didn't file by August 9th is not valid at trial. So if he didn't turn over a witness list by August 9th, there's no witnesses. And if you try to enforce some kangaroo bullshit, you'll be right up there with Crenshaw and Mayhew, right where the fuck they went. Time out.
Done?
There's nothing more to say. Set the trial date so I can leave, so I can quit disrupting your court.
He is telling the judge what's up, and in the fucking motherfucking way, he's saying whatever he wants.
You let this motherfucker get off some bullshit, it's going to be on you.
You had a statement. You said pretrial matters.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
You said you had some matters to discuss.
Yeah, just wanted a few things to bring up, Your Honor. Obviously, the court's familiar with Mr. Meyer's conduct. I don't need to get into it.
So you see how he just fucking tainted you? Objection, stricken from the record. He just attempted. What does that got to do with the case? What does my conduct in the court got to do with the facts and fucking findings of the legal figure? Like, did I commit the crime or not? Has no fucking clue has no relation if I come in here and talk shit. So why the fuck did he just, the state's first statement was, let me prejudice you, Your Honor, by some bullshit that's not even admissible at the trial. What I fucking said in Mayhew's courtroom has nothing to do with the fucking did I commit the crime or not. So why the fuck did he just say that? The first thing, The state's been dealing with this case for 100 fucking days. I don't have a witness list. They haven't disclosed jack shit. I've sent this piece of shit at least 50 fucking emails. And I'm telling you on the record right now, if he doesn't turn the witness list over by the end of this hearing, I'm going to sit in his fucking office every fucking day in front of the window until he gives it to me. You understand? 100 fucking days. I haven't even got the witness list. It was due July 11th at the first pretrial. I had a September 30th trial date. Where's the fucking rule to vacate a trial without either party moving? The judge needs to show me something signed by the Arizona Supreme Court justice saying you're suspending Rule 8. Who the fuck suspended Rule 8? I didn't move to suspend Rule 8. He didn't move to suspend Rule 8. You didn't grant the suspension of Rule 8 because that requires a Arizona Supreme Court justice. How did we get to the point where my trial was vacated and I didn't move to vacate it? He didn't move to vacate it. So why the fuck is it vacated? State law says you cannot vacate a fucking trial unless it's signed by the Supreme Court fucking justice. So what are we doing here, Rojas? This is the 5th fucking courtroom I've been in with this kangaroo bullshit where fucking the law just seems to, we got the hearsay, not admissible unless you're going to let rebuttal evidence. Just now talking about anything that's not related to the facts and findings of my guilt is hearsay. We could, I get what you're saying. Okay, I respect that. It's not, it's gossip. It's fucking irrelevant. Thank you. It's fucking irrelevant. And every courtroom I've been in since this case started, he started his fucking petty bullshit. And his wife's a fucking professor at the school too, right? And this piece of shit got my wife fired from her fucking job, okay? And I can guarantee you, this shit's gonna become way fucking bigger than this court case under your watch.
Listen to what he says about the prosecutor's wife.
Now let's read the fucking rules about vacating a trial, sir. You can't just vacate a trial without, right here, Rule 8.5. A party may ask to continue a trial, right? By stating the specific reasons for the request. A court may continue a trial only on a showing that extraordinary circumstances exist and that delay is indispensable to the interest of justice and only for so long as necessary to serve the interest of justice. The court must consider the rights of the defendants to a speedy disposition of the case. The court must state specific reasons for continuing trial. Not just put a thing that says your trial is vacated, it's continued. That's not a specific reason. And when I fucking object to it and she says, oh, you can't put the word bullshit in your order, so I'm objecting to it, or I'm striking it from the record. So my objection to my trial being vacated didn't get whatever you want to litigated motion between us because she struck it from the record because my motion had the word bullshit. I've said fuck 50 times already today. Why did my motion get struck for bullshit? That's why she was my judge for 3 days. This piece of shit stands at the fucking thing. All right, I'll stop. All right. I'll talk to you. So this unethical prosecutor stood in Judge Mayhew's courtroom after I got kicked out and literally talked into this microphone and said, Your Honor, I'd like to be heard for the record. We're getting the dates and times available for our witnesses. We'll let you know when you have trial. So how the fuck does he know his names and times of witnesses, but I haven't even received it? I'm the fucking defendant, and it's been 100 days. So he's telling the court, I have my list of witnesses, and I'm saying, yeah, it was due 3 fucking months ago. So how does he have his list of witnesses? He's telling the court he has his list of witnesses, but the defendant doesn't have the list of witnesses. How can I prepare my trial? How can I interview this moron if you fucking don't give me their name and their information as required under by law, right? So Rule 15.1b, the state has 30 days from request. I put in a motion to compel fucking law 4 fucking months ago. They had 30 days from that motion to give me their 15-1 disclosure, witness list, all that shit. Or by the first pretrial. That's the law, sir. You follow the law. The law said first pretrial, you must receive. I've turned over all my disclosure. They've had all my Rule 15 disclosure, all my witnesses, all my evidence, everything for 4 fucking months. I don't even have the witness list. But they're openly admitting on record that they've been interviewing witnesses, talking to witnesses to get their time available for trial. They're clearly communicating, but I don't have a witness list. How can I prepare? How do I know who's going to be called against me? Due fucking process. And I'm telling you right now, I got a federal lawsuit in a different county about judges that let this kangaroo bullshit done. And I'm telling you, you can read my lips. He will be under 2-year buyer suspension. Play games, and it's going to be you caught in the middle, sir. And it's not, and I'm not, this is how I got to talk, because this is my 5th fucking court date. where nothing's happened by the law. So either today it's going to go by the law and you're going to dismiss this shit under Rule 8 and Rule 15 because my right, with prejudice, speedy trial rights, they have nothing. So how are we going to have a trial if they have no admissible evidence because they didn't turn it over by August 9th?
First of all, sir, can't dismiss the case once you filed the motion.
I have, and they fucking threw it out for the word bullshit. That's fucking bullshit itself. Don't tell me you can't hear my motion to dismiss because it contains the word bullshit. No, she did, and that's why we already had this hearing a couple weeks ago where I should have got my motion to dismiss granted based on everything I just told you, but instead she ended the hearing and let this man go in there and straight on this fucking microphone say, yeah, Your Honor, the state just wants to know we're figuring out our witnesses, and when we get it to you, we'll let them know, right? It's literally on the minute entry, okay? So where the fuck is it? And then I sent him 7 emails since that hearing unreturned. Where's the witness? I call the fucking prosecutor every day. Where's the witness list? Where's the witness? Sir, how can you proceed over due process if I don't even have the procedural due process, right? Pre-deprivation, post-deprivation rights, right? So I have the opportunity to confront the witnesses before me, opportunity to be heard in an impartial trial, right? Okay, well, anything from impartial so far. When Cranshaw said, your deadline to turn in, the thing I'm arguing about right now, Cranshaw said he had till August 9th to turn that in. It's literally in your fucking minute entry that the state has till August 9th for disclosure. Well, we're here at fucking the end of September. Nothing. Not a fucking thing. It's literally in the minute entry from my July 11th pretrial when they set my September 30th trial. Why did Cranshaw, sir, if there's a conflict of interest, you declare that before the case, okay? Up until they got my wife fired, she was a law clerk for a federal judge across the street, right? They didn't even get her fired. She resigned, but you get what I'm saying. So the idea is you follow the law, okay? I know you work for the city. He works for the city. I'm not accusing you of that because I've only met you for 10 minutes. But I'm telling you what's been going on is sir, how would you let a case move through arraignment, pretrial, set a trial, and then be like, oh, it's a conflict of interest, vacating the trial? Why the fuck didn't you declare it a conflict of interest before we started proceeding in the case? That's bad business. So they threw it to Mayhew, and then she wouldn't let me talk. She let this man stand in there and lie right into the fucking microphone. It's all over my YouTube. The whole world has seen this piece of shit. Sorry. This unethical prosecutor fucking do everything he's doing, and we know why he's doing it because I'm suing the cop that did it. And that's her little buddy. She's an undercover informant for the Tucson police, and her mommy fucks the cops.
Stop making a record directing anything to the victim.
Wow. Are you guys not blown away right now? Are you not? I've never heard or seen anything like it, ever. I've never seen anything like what this guy is doing. This is, if we could get him and we could retain him to represent Don Newman, that would be amazing.
Calling the victim.
Witness. You bring the witness. You get, hey. All right. Okay, go ahead.
Let me just roll back 10 seconds. Listen to him call the prosecutor a piece of shit, and then tell the court that the so-called victim is actually an informant for the police department.
Go prosecutor, fucking do everything he's doing, and we know why he's doing. Right into the fucking microphone. It's all over my YouTube. The whole world has seen this piece of shit. Sorry. This unethical prosecutor fucking do everything he's doing, and we know why he's doing it because I'm suing the cop that did it, and that's her little buddy. She's an undercover informant for the Tucson police, and her mommy fucks the cops.
Stop making a record directing anything to the victim, calling the victim.
Witness. You bring the witness. You get, hey. All right. Okay, go ahead. Okay. He's saying she's the victim. He just lied to you right to your face, sir. I can show you the police report where it says Mackenzie O'Brien, witness. So twisting this shit where she's the fucking victim is their only hope, because then they won't give me a pre-trial interview because they're saying, and this is why Cranshaw got off the case, because we came in the thing. He said she's a victim. She's not. It's literally, sir, you have the police report. Fucking read it. Well, then how do you not have it when I've turned it in my motions? That's what I'm saying, sir. You don't have the police report? Then how are we standing here letting him call her a victim when the police report that given by the prosecutor lists her as a witness?
He's allowed to claim whoever someone's a victim.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a victim now. Well, okay. So let me say this, sir. I'll allow you to say that he has the burden's on him to argue all that, right? Okay. So now the burden's on me to show you something. This victim right here. So this incident took place May 20th. Okay. On July 30th, she was posting on her own YouTube channel talking about the case. So how can the victim talk about the case, but I can't talk to her, right? I'm not allowed to contact her, but she's allowed to go on her YouTube and say, Lane's lying. It looks really bad. I know you got videos of me lying, but I promise you I have a video that shows Lane. Sir.
At a trial, when there's a trial, you have the right to present that evidence.
There's not going to be a trial because you're about to dismiss this. Okay, then you're going to recuse yourself.
Why would I do that?
I'll file the motion. Don't worry.
All right, now.
You'll see.
State wishes to make a statement?
Yeah, my turn, Your Honor. First thing the state's going to ask for is a motion to modify the conditions of release. All these requests are going to be directly stemming from the case. They're not going to impact Mr. Myers' ability to defend the case in any way. Mr. Myers has taken the information the state has provided under Rule 15 and posted on the internet. That's a violation of Rule 15.4.
Oh, sir, objection. We're not fucking having.
He didn't interrupt you. You don't interrupt him.
You better fucking hold the law.
Sit down.
A violation's a violation.
I said, sit down. You'll have a chance.
He don't get to stand over there and cry victim. He's the fucking state of Arizona and the burden of proof's on him.
Right.
Give me the fucking witness list. You want to sit over there and talk shit about what I violated? Guess what? I didn't post shit until he violated the August 9th rule. So if you don't follow the rules, you don't get to enforce them.
You're toying dangerously.
I get it. I feel you, sir. I feel you, sir. It's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. It's fucking business, man. It's business. This is my fourth judge. This is 106 days. 106 days into the case. You only have 180.
Included time. When you file a motion to continue.
I did not file. This is the bullshit, sir. There's no fucking motion filed by me to continue, and that's the bullshit Cranshaw tried to pull. The last judge tried to pull. I did not file a fucking motion to continue anything. I filed one before my 11th pretrial. I then withdrew that motion. It was ruled on, withdrew. I showed up at the fucking hearing. Cranshaw wrote that shit on there. I filed a motion showing that wasn't true. They didn't fucking hear it because it said bullshit. You better not, sir. You better not come in here and state into that fucking microphone that I filed something to continue my trial. That will be the misconduct commission complaint that you can't fucking read. I did not continue shit. Pull the fucking motion out where I asked to continue my trial. Every fucking day in this case is included. Don't pull that bullshit. I don't give a fuck what you got to say. Look at the record. Read the fucking thing. It says that I filed a motion. Show me the fucking motion where I continued my trial. Show me it. Pull it out. It's in the file. Pull it out. Walker, pull it out, bro. Pull it out. Pull out the fucking motion that I filed to continue the trial. But that's what I'm saying, sir. You don't get to make the law up. You get to follow it. I just read you why you're breaking the law, and you look me dead in the face. And he's not allowed to sit here and talk bullshit. Everything I've said it might be loud, it might be obnoxious, but it's legally based. He's trying to bias the jury. You just sat here and looked me dead in the face, sir, and said that time included. Oh, you obviously haven't done your research on this case. Clearly haven't read the record. You're just going off the fucking surface level bullshit. You saw something in there. Just because Cranshaw claims I filed a continuance to cover his ass, that doesn't mean I filed the continuance. Walker didn't file a continuance. Neither one of us moved to continue the trial date. I have emails from him stating he doesn't know why it was granted. He didn't move to continue. He agrees with me. It should not be continued. So I could show you an email from the state saying he wanted this.
So we can just move on. I agree that Mr. Myers has never filed a motion to continue. So can we just move on past this?
So we could just move on past the fact that the law says if no motion to continue is filed, you have to dismiss with prejudice, because unless you do it with if neither one of us moves, the only way you could do it is something signed by the Arizona Supreme Court Chief Justice saying you're suspending Rule 8. Neither one of us said this. You just said time included. There's no suspension of Rule 8 here. Every fucking day, second time since I've been falsely arrested is counted in this case. Where's the fucking arresting officer? Sir, so right now you need to tell him he needs to produce the officer for an interview. They won't fucking give me the officer that arrested me on the side of the road, put me in the cop car for an hour and a half. They will not make him available for a pretrial interview. We know he's not the victim, other than a victim of his own stupidity for arresting me and getting himself into this. Where's the fucking witness? So 105 days in, they won't give me the witness list. They won't produce their arresting officer. They're lying to you about the case being continued. You don't have time to have a fair trial. We're at day 106. You have till day 180. That's tactical advantages. I've read all the Supreme Court case law. They're doing this to gain a tactical advantage that gives you the power to dismiss it with prejudice. I can show you the fucking case law just like I did in my motion. See, I'm arguing from the Supreme Court. He's arguing from his feelings. The Supreme Court of Arizona, sir, is ultimately going to be the arbiter of your decisions. And that's what I'm telling you. You better think twice before you violate Lane Myers. And that's not a threat, sir. I'm going to apply the law to you just like you. So this case is, I'm charged with 2 counts or whatever for her lying bullshit. Well, he thinks that I'm being prosecuted for whatever this charge is. And I'm standing here saying, all I see on this ticket is, and the judge's career, and the prosecutor's career, and the officer's career. So there's a conflict of interest with all of us right now. Because it's not even a conflict of interest, though. It's a conflict of intent. The intent by this prosecutor is to get off some charges to prevent the officer being sued from unlawfully arresting me. Otherwise, why wouldn't he make the officer available? Why haven't I been able to question my accuser? Why did the man that held me in handcuffs, sir, and the most disturbing part is, while being in handcuffs on the side of the road for an hour and a half, the cop looked me dead in the fucking face, and you're going to see this on his body cam, and he said, a jury's just 12 people too stupid to get out of jury duty. And you're right. The judge might dismiss this case, but you got to deal with me fucking with you tonight. This fucking cop said that on the body cam, for the whole world to see, and he's worried about me releasing it because it looks fucking bad, because before he came and arrested me, Your Honor, he put this woman in handcuffs because she asked him to. The victim was playing BDSM in the parking lot with the cop saying, sir, he walked up. I feel you. I won't use that. I got it. Hey, no, he let her handcuff her. She got she got to read the police department laptop. Watch the video, sir. Watch the video. I'm not taking it down either. The whole world needs to see what happened to this. The whole world needs to see what happened. She asked the cop to arrest her. They sat there for 45 minutes. The cop said he could beat her. No, dude, there's no trial. You're about to dismiss this case. Okay, well, there won't be no trial with you then.
My turn, Your Honor.
Yeah. To lie.
Back to what I was saying. Under 15.4D, none of this material is supposed to be disseminated.
He's talking about the police report and the body cam. See how he's saying material? Police reports and body cam. Police reports and body cam. Police reports. Thank you. Thank you.
Material that's provided under Rule 15, like the body-worn camera and the police reports, is not to be made public. So on that basis, Mr. Myers has violated Rule 15. The videos need to be removed from YouTube, number 1.
They're not coming down.
Number 2.
Ever.
If they don't come down, the state is going to ask the court that you hold him in contempt.
And I'll do it. Hey, how much do I owe? The videos are not coming down, sir, ever.
Second thing is,
it's my First Amendment right. And no, hold on. Objection. I know. Let me peacefully. All right. Let me peacefully. I have an objection to what he just said. Let me peacefully make my objection, sir.
Please, can we move on?
No. He just said that. Hold on. Time out. No, sir. I have the opportunity to be heard. No. Directly to what he just said. I'm objecting what he just said. I want to put an objection on the record to the first thing he just said. He said that I was releasing body cams and and body-worn camera and police reports that they provided. That's wrong. I got it from a public record request from Chris Avey, city attorney. So anything I get from a public record request, I can put on my YouTube channel. Now, it might be the same material that's in their disclosure, but we could go to court. Charge me with contempt. I'll show you the public record request. You can see a video on my YouTube of me giving the public record request to Chris Avey, and Chris Avey going, here, take a picture of me. Chris Avey stands on my thing and goes, look, I got your public record request. So he's lying again. He's lying. He just said I should be held in contempt.
Matthew, if you're listening to this, Matthew just emailed me recently, said he couldn't get the body camera footage. You can put in a public record request. He put in a public record request and they denied it. Matthew, are you hearing this?
Attempt for releasing a public record received under a public records request. He's lying. He's attempting to manipulate because I sound crazy and all that. He's trying to be the voice of reason. He's the voice of lies.
He's the voice of lies.
Number one,
He gets to tell you what you need to do.
I'm requesting to modify Mr. Myers' conditions of release accordingly. Number two, Mr. Myers needs to be directed not to have any direct contact with judges, court staff, city prosecutor staff, or other city employees. If he wants to do something on a case, he can file a motion through the appropriate
He just
channels.
asked you, objection, objection, public officials. I can contact public officials at any time. Every person he just said is a public employee. You will not take away my rights. Every person he said, though, was public record, public official.
And these are people that Mr. Myers has been harassing and calling cunts, among other things, Your Honor.
Objection, irrelevant, man. What the fuck does that got to do with what I did on May 20th? Who I called a cunt? He's tainted. That's irrelevant. You're allowing him to prejudice the jury, sir. You're supposed to be impartial. That means that if the jury was sitting here, you wouldn't allow him to say that I called a public employee a cunt. That has nothing to do with this case. So you have to act the same as if the jury was sitting there, sir. That's how you have to be at all times, an impartial jury.
How do I know what he's going to say to his testimony?
Who? Ahead of time. Ahead of time.
How would I know ahead of time?
Ahead of time what he's going to say.
How would I know ahead of time he's going to say what he's going to say?
But now that he said it, why do you say that's irrelevant? Why do you say that has nothing to do with his guilt or innocence on May 20th? Then why the fuck? That's the third courtroom I've been in where he talked about me calling him cunts. Hey, cunt is free speech. Whatever. So
But it's not polite.
I don't care if it's polite.
In this courtroom, you be acting.
I understand. Don't call nobody in here. But I'm saying, he's saying that in my communications with public officials, I've called them that, right? That word, right? That's my right. Okay? And it has nothing to do with whether I'm guilty or innocent with what happened at O'Reilly Auto Parts on May 20th. So why is he, do you understand? Why is he talking about it?
Fine. Let's finish. Go on.
Your Honor, the court can impose modified conditions of release.
Lenny. I used to call you Sacramento Liney. It's Lenny. Sacramento Lenny. Gotcha.
For the protection of anyone in the community, of course, have wide discretion to do that. It is not onerous to ask Mr. Myers not to call court staff or not public.
Take away my rights is onerous.
A cunt. Number three.
You're a cunt, bro. Your wife's a cunt.
Your Honor, I'd ask Mr. Myers to be held in contempt.
I'll pay the fine. You're a cunt. Your wife's a cunt. How much is the fine? Well, you think jail? So now you definitely are removed from the case because you just threatened me with jail, just like Cranshaw did. And look what happened when Cranshaw threatened to throw me in jail.
Number three.
Put me in jail for saying it. I dare you.
The state will respond to any substantive motion filed that is not stricken by the court.
How can my motion be suspended? Here's my motion. Permission to approach. Here's my motion. Permission to approach, sir.
Yeah, please finish your honor.
He said, "You're a cunt. Your wife is a cunt." That's what he said in open court. Then he called them it again. Then he said that he would use any words he wanted. You can hold him in contempt and he'll pay the fine or take me to jail. We want this guy. He's in Arizona. Just so you guys know how bar cards work. You have to have a bar card in the state that you practice law in. And you can get reciprocity, or it's called pro hoc vice, where you can practice in another state. And I'm not sure of all the rules of pro hoc vice because I'm not an attorney. But let's keep listening to Lane just destroy this prosecutor.
No contact with non-court prosecutor, people who are not related to the case, such as immediate family.
Reach out to Lane and see if we can get him to represent Dawn, and we'll raise some money and pay him a little bit of money because we can only raise so much money. You guys know that. It's hard to raise money.
His wife's a public official. His wife is a public employee. Don't let him gaslight us.
Like the voicemail Mr. Myers left for my wife saying...
Yeah, and I'm going to keep sending her fucking emails and calling her because she's a public official.
And the email that he sent to me saying he was going to come pay my wife a visit and then come...
Now he's lying. Here, sir, I'm going to show you permission to approach. I got the email right here. I said I'm going to go knock on his neighbor's doors and ask him if they want to vote for Trump. That's what I said. So he's twisting the narrative. He's a squeamy little bitch. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, dude,
Which, by the way, he's not actually a Trump supporter. I've watched several of his videos. and he says he's not a Trump supporter. He wears the hat for shock value. I don't know if he's going to vote for Trump or not, but he said he's not a big Trump supporter, but he wears the hat to trigger people.
And this fucking prosecutor embarrassed the entire profession. You and this prosecutor are embarrassing the entire legal profession right now. Unless you're about to dismiss this for all his fucking games. He can't make a serious argument. Oh, the police said this. This is what happened. Nothing. It's, oh, he called him a cunt. Oh, he emailed my wife, who's a public official. Oh, he said he's going to come put a billboard sign for Trump next to my neighbor. I didn't say I'm coming to his house. I said I'm going to go to his neighbor's house. It's fucking public record. He's a public official. It's public record. You can type Matt Walker in Google. You'll know exactly where he lives. He's a public official. He has a less expectation of privacy than a private citizen. I've checked all the laws for residential picketing. I'm not breaking the law, so why is he bringing it up? I'm hurting his feelings. Fuck his wife. She's a cunt. She's a public official. Whatever. I can talk to public officials as long as I don't threaten them. I can go. I went and stood in front of Laura Conover's house. She didn't tell the fucking judge, oh, he came in front of my house. He called me a cunt. I call Laura Conover a cunt every day.
How is that Laura Conover any less relevant, any more relevant?
No, I'm saying as an example of standing in. Oh, that's because they sent the case from here. What are you talking? Time out. So you don't know what's going on here? I had 2 cases here.
There's 2 here and there's 1 in Justice Court.
Yeah, because Crenshaw declared a conflict of interest after we set trial. So what I'm saying is in that case that got transferred, it's now over there, right? Laura Conover's department, you know what I'm saying? They're not complaining about me going and everything I've said to him.
Once again, it's not relevant to this case.
Okay, so then neither is what he's saying.
Let's go on.
Now I know ain't no mate. Why can't you just stand on business, bro? You've been here 20-some years, dude. I know we both know whose interests you're protecting, but I'm not accusing you of impropriety yet. But if you just told me I would go to jail for saying protected speech, yeah, you could say it. But you actually have to have a trial for contempt. And you can't issue contempt in the same hearing that the contempt takes. So, like, you just literally threatened to put me in jail knowing that you can't even do nothing.
Did you know that? I did not know that. I did not know this. And this could be specific for the state of Arizona because every state has different rules. But listen to this rule for the contempt charges in Arizona.
Oh, we both know whose interests you're protecting, but I'm not accusing you of impropriety yet. But if you just told me I would go to jail for saying protected speech, yeah, you could.
You told me I would go to jail for protected speech.
But you actually have to have a trial for contempt. And you can't issue contempt in the same hearing that the contempt takes. So, like, you just literally threatened to put me in jail knowing that you can't even do nothing about my contempt. You have to issue an order to show cause for contempt. So how the fuck are you going to put me, you know what I'm saying? So you just attempted to manipulate your power against me by saying, I'll lock you up. You can't, you can show it, or now you can issue order to show cause, sure. And then we can have a hearing about my contempt. And then if I'm found to be in contempt, if it's criminal contempt and you want to try fine over $300, criminal contempt doesn't carry jail. It's a civil infraction. It's not a crime. You can't be taken to jail for contempt. You can be detained while a show cause order is issued. You are not going to weaponize the court either, sir. He's not going to, and you're not going to.
Any further, Mr. Walker?
Sure, Your Honor. These conditions that the state is requesting have absolutely no bearing on Mr. Meyer's ability to defend the case. They have no bearing on his ability to do anything. The state would like nothing more than to simply proceed with this case without Mr.
Then why don't they give me the fucking witness list? It's 105 days. They want to proceed with the case? Give me the fucking witness list. Give me the arresting officer. You can't proceed with the case? They're sitting here saying, oh, he put the videos up. You hurt our feelings. You said you were going to protest in front of my house. My legal right. You're going to exercise your legal rights while we violate your rights and hold the witness list and hold all this. He wants to modify the conditions so I can't contact public officials. Oh, he's got the public records up on there, but he hasn't turned over anything. Every single fucking piece of disclosure under Rule 15 that I'm required to give, I've given. They've given none. 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 I did file fucking 10 motions and she lost her shit just like you're doing it, bro. I'm telling you, I can see. Next time, objection. So you made your witness list. Tell him to state for the record. Where's the witness list? If he's made the witness,
you have a chance to respond when he's done. Okay, I'm not preventing you to speak. Just have kind of be orderly. Okay.
As far as the interviews of the officers, Your Honor, the state was prepared to set those until Mr. Meyer's conduct made that impractical. The state thinks that what would probably be best is if we simply have an evidentiary hearing where we can do this under oath in a court. Mr. Myers can essentially take their testimony. It'll be sworn testimony, which is probably more effective anyway than simply attempting to facilitate an interview. So we can set an evidentiary hearing for some point in the near future.
We got 50 days till almost 180.
But the state is requesting that Mr. Myers' release conditions be modified.
Well, in terms of him contacting, you can't contact the victim, clearly.
And I have it.
Actually, he has, Your Honor, but that's
Well,
fine.
Put it on the record. Tell him how I can contact the victim. Put it on the record. No, you can't just say that I've contacted the victim and not explore it further. You can't allow me to contact the victim either. So if he just said I contacted the victim, put it on the record. I know I can't contact the victim. He just accused me of contacting the victim, so put it on the record. He just said it, sir. The whole world can hear him say, actually, he did contact the victim. So now he needs to articulate how I contacted the victim for the record so that the only thing is not on the record is actually he did, sir. He needs to articulate his position like a lawyer. He just accused me of contacting the victim, sir. That's a violation, right? If I contact the victim, that'd be a problem, wouldn't it? If who decides to charge me? He doesn't get to decide shit about contacting the victim. He's asking you about me contacting the victim. If I
was asking me to tell you not to contact.
No, he's saying that actually I already did. He just accused me of contacting the victim to twist the narrative. I haven't contacted the narrative, and if he's going to put on the record in your court that I contacted the narrative, I'm demanding he articulate when and where I contacted the victim for future reference on the record. Just like an evidentiary hearing, all that shit. I have the right. You have just like he's asking you to. You need to order him to articulate how I contact.
Just like an evidentiary hearing, all that shit. I mean, this guy is on another level. He deserves all the respect and admiration.
To the victim if he's going to make those allegations into this microphone.
I don't have to follow your request.
You're saying I can request that you make him articulate it, and you're saying that's something we decide. That's like an objection in the moment or something. All right. Well, hey, so objection on the record.
So I'll be recorded. It's on the record.
Oh, it's being broadcast live.
That's fine. Okay. So you're suggesting an evidentiary hearing as opposed to
witness interview.
Take up the court's time. Take up the court's time because grown-ass men can't have an interview. You fucking arrested me and held me back in the cop car for an hour and a half and said a jury's just 12 people too dumb to get out of jury duty. Don't give me this he's scared shit. I'll go to the police station. Put 50 fucking cops in a room and I'll go interview this cop in a room. It's bullshit. Why are we at day 105?
you object an evidentiary hearing as opposed to an interview.
Oh, we're going to have that too, though. So then I get you're not going to deny me due process. I get the pretrial. Okay. The only reason I haven't filed the suppress to get the thing, because I'm trying to get my civil lawsuit. I need that deposition because I'm going to be suing him after. And right now I can use the power of the criminal court. So I let him accuse me. Now I have power if the judge doesn't go off script and go off the law. So what I'm saying is I have the right to a pretrial interview. Okay. I take that interview. Then we have an evidentiary hearing. We come to that evidentiary hearing under oath. And then I can ask him questions I already asked him in the pretrial interview and then ask him it again. And if he changes his story, I can say, I want to perjure the witness. I want to show you this, where in the pretrial interview, he said this. And then once he knew all my questions, I was going to ask him at the hearing under oath, he changed his answer. Okay. Because the pretrial, I do this for a living. I have lawsuits in multiple states. You can watch I know you can't, but I have a whole YouTube channel deposing cops. This cop will be deposed by me in a pretrial interview before a hearing. This is my right. I am accused of a crime. I get the full remedy available at my defense. Everything authorized under the Arizona rules of criminal procedure, I'm allowed to enact. I've asked for the cop's interview many times. There's no reason that armed police officer who claimed to her that he could beat up 46 people and he only came there to beat me up and leave. The arresting officer said to his body cam, to her, he only came there. I was coming here to beat him up and leave. He literally says that, dude. And then he says, well, you're right. The judge is probably going to throw this out, but I get to fuck with you tonight. And then I said, well, I'm just going to show the jury the body cam. And he said, No, you're not, because the jury's just 12 people too dumb to get out of jury duty.
So the link for Lane Meyer is right here on the screen in the chat. I think I have it here. Here's the link. And we want Lane, we want to hire Lane to represent Dawn in Arizona. He is an attorney from what I've been led to believe, I'm pretty sure. And Sacramento Lenny subscribed to him. Shelly Babes, I think, subscribed to him. And we want to reach out to him and we want to let him know that we respect his work and we would love for him to represent Dawn. And he's just destroying the prosecutor. The name calling is just on another level. There's about 20 minutes of this left. Let's just finish it up.
Your Honor, can we move on?
No, we can't.
Can we move on, please, Your Honor? Thank you. Okay.
Why does he want to move on?
Chance that an interview is going to be productive with Mr. Myers.
No chance.
Police officers.
No chance.
I think it's better to just do an evidentiary.
He thinks that my rights should be violated. I should take away my right of free speech.
Can you please exercise some control here?
Can you exercise some control and stop lying? This judge is doing a great job of handling this. You're the one that's standing here lying and inflaming the situation with every lie. Every time he lies, I get mad, right? It's pretty obvious. Every time he lies, I get mad. Every time he doesn't lie, I don't get mad. I got it. I'm in control. Oh, trust me, I'm controlling myself. You know what I'm saying?
If the court wants to order a deposition of the officers under Rule 15.3, that's within the court's prerogative. I think an evidentiary hearing would be best.
Well, I already filed the motion for that, but they won't rule on my motion to produce the officer. I filed it months ago. Okay, I'm following the procedures. I filed the Rule 15 motion because I tried for weeks and months to get the interview. Then I filed the motion to compel the interview. And this man hasn't responded to one of my filings in months. How can we litigate? If I was a defense attorney, the state wouldn't ignore him. It's because it's me and they know what's going to happen. Why? If the interview's so bad, it's going to make me look bad, right? So if giving me a pretrial interview is unproductive, well, the state should want that then because we're going to have the interview and it's going to make me look bad. So if I'm the problem with the interview, then let's schedule the interview. And if I go off, if I'm disorderly or I'm, you know what I mean? If I violate any rules during the interview, or you get what I'm saying? Let's just end the interview. The person being interviewed has the right to end the interview if you're not following the rules of the pretrial interviews. So why am I not given a chance to get a pretrial interview, follow the rules of pretrial interview, and then you can decide? You're prejudging me. That's the definition of prejudice. This is a tactical advantage. They don't want me to interview the cop because I'm going to get to prepare for trial. And then when I got him under oath at trial, I'm going to get to hit him with all his lies. And then I'm going to perjure him. But instead, they want to hide the cop till trial. You've been here 25 years. They want to hide the cop at trial. I smell shit, right? I smell poop. You've been here, bro. You know how the game works.
I'll go ahead and order a deposition.
Thank you.
When would you need a deadline? I'll say deposition.
Thank you, sir. In person or what? I want to do it at the police station in person. They can have 10 cops sitting there. He could come there, and I'm recording it because it's my right. And I'm going to provide him a copy if he doesn't come. I know the problem I'm acting like this is because this started out with me. Sir, do you get what I'm saying? I've already filed everything I'm required to file. We could have trial today, and I've made all my Rule 15 disclosures available. Supplemental disclosure, initial disclosure, witness list, evidence, like electronic evidence. They have a Google Drive with all my evidence, and I have nothing of theirs.
What conditions is the court attaching to the interview? Or the deposition?
Conditions?
What conditions do you think are? I'll ask you first, and then I'll ask you. Okay.
Again, Your Honor, I don't think abusive, profane language, I don't think being able to go in there and accuse the officers of sexual conduct of people in the case is going to be an appropriate topic for a deposition. So what conditions is the court attaching?
It's too hard for me to predict.
Thank you, sir.
I can't, at this point in time.
It's up to me if I.
It does something.
It's kind of like pornography. You know it when you see it. You know what I mean?
So I'm going to order that a deposition occurred no later than October 11th. Does that work?
Sure.
We only have till November 14th to do trial. So, I mean, you're going to give me a deposition. That's supposed to be enough time for me to prepare my thing. We're going to have an evidentiary hearing. We're going to have a motion, unless we have the motion to dismiss and the evidentiary hearing all in one. And then they still have to give me 20 days ahead. How are we? Okay, so hear me out. You just ordered a deposition of the arresting officer. I still don't have the witness list. How are we going to have an evidentiary hearing or whatever when I can't even prepare for it? I don't even know who to call the evidentiary hearing.
Are there any witnesses other than those disclosed in the police reports?
No. State has disclosed all witnesses, all police reports.
He has not given me, sir. I'm going to show you what permission to approach. I want to show you something. Here, sir. Permission to approach right here. This is what I'm saying they haven't given, right? A rule where he can say he did it, but you have to file it like I did. You have to file with the court that you disclosed. He could say all the witnesses have been disclosed. So what he's falling back on now? Well, then how come when he was at the hearing with Mayhew, he spoke into this microphone and said, we're not sure who the witnesses we're going to use are. We're still preparing all that and getting their schedules. When the
Now he said the witnesses are in the police report.
They're all there, Your Honor.
at 105 days in it, so you're calling every witness in the police report.
You know, the potential witnesses.
Well, there's like 15 people. So is he calling? He needs to articulate on the record.
He can listen to any witnesses he wants.
He hasn't listened. No, he has to listen in a motion. Sir, he has to listen in a motion. Not he can't just say so. Speak their name. Put. I need something with not the police report. I'm too dumb to read the police report and figure out who's the victim. Well, sir, listen. He's saying go by the police report. Well, on the police report, she's listed as a witness. Now he's calling her a victim. So if we go by the police report, then she's a witness, and I need to interview her too. You need to order her deposition too, because if I'm going by the police report and that's their witness list, she's a witness list. If he wants to produce and file a witness list that has her as a victim and other witnesses' name, that's how Rule 15 disclosures work.
She's a victim, Your Honor.
A victim? He's designated as in court.
I can produce a witness list by the end of the day, Your Honor. That's no problem.
He can produce a witness list by the end of the day, but not in 105 days. You see what's happening here, sir? I appreciate you, sir. I appreciate you being a man of honor.
All this stuff is on the record.
I appreciate it, sir.
Necessary down the line, you have the record for if an appeal is necessary.
Oh, appeal will be. We already know if you don't dismiss it today, we already know where this is going.
So
he can. So is that an order? They're going to produce it by the end of today, September 18th, 2024. I'm going to have the state's official witness list produced under Rule 15. That was supposed to be produced by August 9th under court order. They violated the court order. Can you sanction them for violating Judge Cranshaw's order, disclosure order? So if you put it, so look, you said, sir, I want to set some precedent for this thing moving forward because now it's right. So you're saying you just gave them till that day to produce a deposition, right? And if they don't, the burden's on me to file the motion to compel and play games, right? So they haven't followed the rules, right? And I've been requesting officially their witness list, right? Just like the thing. You had to order them to give me the deposition, right? And now here today, he's saying I can have the witness list by the end of the day, right? Well, why couldn't he have it by August 9th? If the witnesses were just the people in the original police report from May 26th, then he should, at some point, he should have said in the record, Your Honor, the witness list is the people in the police report. But he didn't say that till today, 106 days in, did he?
You have these objections and concerns about how he's handling his witness list.
Yep.
Man, he is just taking them to school. About 12 minutes left.
And that's why I'm going to his neighbors with a Trump sign and asking them if they want to vote for Trump. And that's why I'm calling his wife names, because she works at the school, which is my right. She's a public. If you take your paycheck from the public, then I can call your wife. I can email her. Now I can't talk about the case, which I didn't. I said I asked her if I could come down there and get a special help with. That's what I thought too.
If any witness other than the victim has issues with them, they have the right to file for an injunction.
So you'll not be modifying the conditions of release, Your Honor, to be clear?
Yeah.
Just be careful, Mr. Myers.
I know. Hey. Trust me, that's my middle name.
Just be careful, Mr. Myers.
Lane, walk the line, Myers.
If any person.
I get it. I haven't been. You notice that it's just baseless accusations. It's not anything that they want to put on the record. Where we just literally had an argument where they're saying I'm contacting the victim. Well, they won't put it on the record.
If those people feel that you're contacting them.
Who's them people? The witnesses? Well, okay, wait, hold on.
Your name?
Mackenzie.
You want him to contact you?
No, sir.
Okay, so you've been put on notice.
Okay.
You got to contact
Now I'm going to ask you something. Is she allowed to contact me?
You have just no. You don't want her to contact you?
No.
Okay, don't contact.
So why isn't she being in trouble for contacting me when the last judge said that we can't contact each other, and then she started posting on this woman right here came on my YouTube channel making comments as the victim.
Doesn't she have a First Amendment right like you?
No, because she's contacting the defendant and she's the victim. wait a second, sir. A First Amendment right to contact the defendant?
The laws do not prevent some contact. The way
So I'm not allowed to, the defendant is not allowed to contact the victim. But the victim's allowed to contact the defendant? No, they're not.
Well, the Arizona Constitution, victims' rights.
The victim has the right to harass the defendant?
You have the right to file an injunction against.
I don't need to file an injunction. I want her to keep doing it so I can use it against her because she's too stupid.
That's your right.
Why would I block her from her own stupidity? She's digging her own grave and the state's grave.
Okay. You're not the contact witness.
Well, okay, wait, hold on now. If you read the police report, we got to get, okay, you're calling her the victim, right?
Who's the victim?
Right here. That woman has nothing to do with it. That's her babysitter.
So you're not to contact
Her, Mackenzie O'Brien, right? Okay, so let's go over this, sir. When he said he's going to produce the state's witness list, right? The police report lists her as a witness, right? She's the one that called 911. She's the one that was interviewed by the cop. She was the one that accused me of what happened, okay? She's the one that has this alleged video of me breaking the window down, but the state doesn't have it unless they're hiding it. And so she's claiming that, but so under the same rules of procedure of 15, you can order me an interview with the victim because she's listed on there as a witness, okay? She's the caller. So, okay, you're saying pre-trial. Trial, though.
Trial.
Oh, yeah. Evidentiary hearing? Evidentiary hearing? Under oath, right. I don't get to call her and do it or whatever, set one up. But I can bring her, right? Under subpoena. She's my witness, too. You get what I mean? I could put, okay, so save it for that, then you're saying, right? Okay, so here's the thing. The police report, it has all their information blocked out. So how can I set up witness interviews with the information they've already given me and now they're saying, well, you had 105 days to contact them. Well, the information's blocked out. So now today, September 18th, they're declaring their Rule 15 witnesses and then saying, oh, you've had it on the police report. Well, why?
September 18th was a month ago. 1 month.
If those were the witnesses the state was calling, why wasn't there information on there so I could set up pretrial interviews? That's how it works. You don't get to put them as a witness because I have another case where all the witnesses, their name, address, telephone number, birth date is listed on there, right? And it's on me to respectfully call them and not harass them, or you get what I'm saying? Legally, hi, I'm contacting you for your interview. You know what I'm saying? That's the bounds of the conversation. Well, then why haven't I had 105 days to set up with their 15? It's going to have their name and contact information, isn't it? Are they minors or not?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, what was your question?
Contact information for your.
Yes, of course, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Why not 105 days ago? Pompous asshole. That's what he is. He's a fucking unethical prosecutor.
He called the prosecutor a pompous asshole, and then he called him an unethical prosecutor.
Is we will set deposition of the arresting officer no later than October 11th. States will make its Rule 15 disclosure today by the business today.
Sure, and just for the record, Your Honor, all disclosure has been made available.
Okay, I understand for the record.
Not the witness list. You have to do it officially, sir. You have to do it with a certificate of service. You have to file it with the court. For the record, all mine has to.
Then
Evidentiary hearing, set one. Because that's what's going to, naturally after I get this October, you have the inherent power to manage your docket. So what I'm saying is that this is the schedule. He's going to give me my witness list today. He's going to produce that I'm sure they're going to wait till October 11th at the last second, but that's fine. And so then as soon as I get those interviews, I'm going to file a motion to suppress and we're going to have and I'm going to ask for oral arguments, evidentiary hearing. So I think in the best interest of this case for time management, case management, just go ahead and set a evidentiary hearing because I'm in the next 10 days, I'm filing as soon as first I need the interviews, right? To know what the witnesses are going to say, to know if I need to suppress it or if I need to dismiss the case based on their testimony. I haven't even had the opportunity, and you have to give me at least 20 days before trial to file my motion to dismiss and suppress and all that shit. So I'm the one that, and that prejudice is going to be argued that I've given all my disclosure months ago. They're waiting till today under court order. The crazy defendant accused of all these crimes turned over all the exculpatory evidence within fucking 4 days of being arrested. Okay, they've had all my disclosure since the first week of June. We're in the last week of September.
So this event occurred
May 20th
May 20th.
and May 26th. So what? I didn't. Okay, so
We'll go by the earlier date.
the day I got arrested for the May 20th on the 26th. You get what I'm saying? So, but it starts from the 20th because that's what he wrote.
Well, Rule 8 is from the arraignment date.
No, it's not. I was arraigned, sir.
Rule 8 is from the arraignment.
Unless you're issued the citation and released, which I was, which constitute my first appearance when the cop issued me the citation and let me leave. And now, if I was taken to jail, it would start from the arraignment.
Arguing that point.
Rule 8 is
What
from
I'm
the
saying is, so we want to set a evidentiary hearing.
Please, not October 15th. That's my birthday.
That's too soon after the interview.
Right. No, I'm going to be.
I'm sorry. What did he just say?
Evidentiary hearing.
Please, not October 15th. That's my
It was Lane Meyer's birthday 2 days ago.
birthday.
That's too soon after the interview.
Right. No, I'm going to be celebrating the interview on my birthday, though. That's for sure.
State's available on the 15th, Ron.
No, we're not doing it.
See how this dickhead just tried to get that hearing on my birthday just to play. You see what's going on, Rijoas. I got him by the balls, if he even has any. These days, you never know. He might be identifying. I get it.
I'm asking.
He doesn't get to hide from the case, and then when I see him, I feel you, sir. I respect your courtroom. I want a fair trial, and I'm going to respect you.
All right, so we want an evidentiary hearing. Let's set it. Does October 22nd work? It's a Tuesday morning. Does that work, Mr. Myers?
I've been ready since 5 minutes after I got arrested. I was ready for trial the next day.
Check his officer availability.
Yeah, we know he's lying. He's
Happy
he's
birthday.
delaying.
Mr. Myers, please.
He said 4 times he had the list, though. I know he's checking. So I got a few. When he's ready to speak, when he gets his excuses ready, I'll stop. But he's had 4 times. 3 other judges have asked him all these questions, sir. And somehow I got yelled at in court and told to sit down, and he didn't get none of these. I appreciate and commend you, sir, for fucking. Because none of the other judges would do it. They said, I don't want to be involved in this because I know what's going on right now.
I'm going to check officer scheduling, Your Honor.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you bet. They're courting, you know what I mean? So how fair is it that the person who's innocent to proven guilty has given all the evidence to the people accusing him, but the state under law has the burden of proof to prove? So I could have been sitting here delaying the whole time, right? I could have been uncooperative, and we could have been here talking about how I haven't turned over anything. And you know what? That's how like lawyers, they set the tone, right? So from the beginning, I turned my shit over. I said, here's my shit. Here's my shit. Here's, it says I got to turn this in by this day. I might be a defendant. I might talk crazy. Here's legally, though, if I'm going to represent myself, the deadlines apply to me, the court rules, you know what I'm saying? Lane Myers, pro se idiot, has met every deadline, every filing, had every argument articulated with case law from the Supreme Court. My 12-page objection of everything that was going on at the last one where it got stricken from the record because it contained the word bullshit, okay? It also contained a lot of Supreme Court case law from the state of Arizona, okay? In Court of Appeals. So
This is live, Bill.
so let's see. I've literally said the word bullshit in here, and I'm not, and I'm going to tell you right now, sir, the next ones aren't going to go like this because I had to put my foot down, and you did too. And now
October 22nd is a good day for an evidentiary hearing, Your Honor.
Are you available October 22nd?
I'm available any day that ends in Y, other than October 15th.
Okay, October 22nd, 9 o'clock, in the evidentiary.
Here.
In this court.
Is it that or that? Like, is it?
I don't know.
Okay. Oh, that was something not out of your control?
Yeah.
Right.
It was an equipment issue.
I thought they just put me in here so they could. I'm just fucking with you.
It was,
I'm just fucking with you.
14, there was equipment issue. The recording system wasn't working.
So your normal is 14.
I know, I'm a retired judge. I don't have no.
Oh, dude, hey, you're retired, so at least this one ain't gonna be boring. You're gonna get to put all them years to use. Because I'm telling you, sir, I promise you, I'll just let my argument speak from now on.
So you have an evidentiary hearing.
Almost done. This is almost done. I just want to. I'm reading comments because we're listening to the audio right now. IB, I think you're in. I think you're in the wrong room. I'm not sure. There's no blue-eyed blonde boy on this channel that says he's black. I'm just wanted to address it because it was such an off-the-wall comment, and maybe he's going through something, you know.
October 22nd at 9. So there's 3 things I'm going to order today. 1, witness list, state's witness list disclosed by close of business today. Deposition of the arresting officer no later than October 11th, and evidentiary hearing on October 22nd at 9.
Can I give you the motion?
It's over right now. Just stay for 2 more minutes, Elizabeth. I'm going to give away some trifolds.
The ones, the objection motion that got stricken for,
Bunch of motions in file.
that's what I'm saying. So how does this work, right, sir? So I filed the motion, Claude's transferred it, right? I filed the motion and it was assigned to Mayhew. She came to court and said, I'm not accepting the motion because it has the word bullshit. Well, my motion was timely and she's not the judge anymore. So why isn't my motion going to be ruled on for the Rule 8 or the objections? Let's see. I'm pretty sure I gave it to you right here, sir. Permission to approach right here. This is the one that she struck from the record, sir. It uses a lot of languages that you don't want to hear as a judge, like, hey, I'm going to file a judicial commission. But the judges have the right to public scrutiny under the canons. And that's what happened. She did that to me, and I sent her judicial commission complaint by email, and then she got off the case as fast as she could within 3 days. Mayhew was on the case for 3 days because she struck that thing.
This was recorded 1 month ago, Bill.
She couldn't give me a state. What rule of evidence or what rule of procedure or what law says you can't use the? I have federal motions that say way worse stuff in federal court where I have Monell civil lawsuits against many people. So for her to come in here and say, and then when I pressed her on, hey, okay, what motion is being stricken? Oh, all motions, some motions, just that motion. Okay, under what rule of procedure are you striking the motion? She cut me off and cut me off the Zoom because she didn't want to answer. So then when I emailed her and said, tell me under what rule you're striking my motion for the word bullshit, she recused herself from the case. So
okay, so that is Lane Myers, everybody. And if you guys want to get over, subscribe to his channel. There's the link if you want to listen to the rest of this. You guys, let's stay for 2 more minutes real quick. So he schools the prosecutor. The judge gives him exactly what he wants. And then
Sure, it's clear.
Beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful America. Bro, you love America. Get it everywhere.
Probably the good looks.
that's Lane Myers right there. He is such a champion of freedom, and he's such an impressive guy.
Anytime I come downtown, they follow me everywhere. I'm sure it's the stunning good looks. That's probably an undercover right there, but it's all good.
It's the bow tie and the Trump hat, Lane. Just so you know. So listen, trifolds are $25. The ones I ship to you. You can get a $10 one that I email to you. And Jilly donated yesterday, and so I want to make sure I give a trifold away. If anybody goes to deletelaws.com right now and you buy a trifold on deletelaws.com with a Z, I will then give a trifold to someone in the chat who doesn't have $25 that can't afford to have me ship this to them. I'll ship it to them because you bought one. So who needs a trifold that can't afford the $25? And listen, I understand it's tough. So yeah, Utah Defender said, "Can I get an aspirin for my headache?" We're gonna listen. I've done this for a few years now. We're not gonna stop until we get some justice for Dawn. So if you guys could please, let me know. The trifold is all about. No, I ship priority mail. I ship priority mail with the tracking number. It's $25 plus shipping. You get 2, you get a discount. You get 3, you get a discount. Daniel, I think, let me check my email because last night Jilly donated. Did you send me an email, Daniel? I'm checking my email right now to see if you sent me an email. So I don't have any orders during this live stream. And I don't have anybody who's emailed me yet either. Daniel, let me check my email and see if you're in here. I'm checking for Daniel right now. There you go, Daniel. I got you. So you are, I don't see where you are. I don't see you in here. I'm checking now to see. So this is a trifold giveaway. You give a trifold, you buy a trifold. Someone buys a trifold, I give a trifold away. Go to deletelaws.com with a Z. Buy a trifold, the one I ship to you in the mail. Get two if you're getting one. Give one to a friend. I'll give you a cop card. I'll give you a pair of cop cards for free if you buy a trifold. Right here's what the cop cards look like. This is the non-driver cop card, and then this is the driver cop card. So they're yellow and blue. The yellow and blue cards only come out of your wallet when there's a copper in front of you. I'm not showing those videos anymore because I want to do a little bit of a different approach when I do teach people how to use their trifold. So let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. You guys are engaged in a, I love it. I love it. I love Roger Lane and Wright's Honor having this long conversation about cigars and cars. If you want to get a trifold, go to deletelaws.com with a Z. Deletelaws.com with a Z. You can support me. You can support yourself. You can support other people. It's a win-win-win as far as I see if I have someone buy a trifold and I give a trifold away. So that's what I've been doing. Started GoFundMe for trifolds, and every $25 donated, you can send one out. Maddie, you're welcome to send a PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo and put $25 donation for trifold, and I will ship it out to somebody who needs one. So if someone needs one, Commander Alpha Turkey, that's a pretty funny username. If you guys want to get a trifold, go to deletelaws.com. Daniel, did you shoot me an email yet? Because I do have one free one to give away right now. Let me see. This came in. This was Richard in Minnesota. Richard in Minnesota. Do we have anybody who needs a free trifold? Put it in the comment section if you would, please. How about this? Put a 1 in the chat if you have a trifold. Put a 1 in the chat if you have a pair of cop cards, just so I can see if I'm talking to a room full of people who already have a trifold and already have a cop card. Put a 1 in the chat if you have a trifold or you have a pair of cop cards in your wallet. Elizabeth Marie, shoot me your address because I have one to give away tonight, and that's from Jilly. Jilly right there. So shoot me your full shipping address and send it to deletelaws@gmail.com. Send me your full shipping address. I try to give away trifolds every night at the end of the broadcast. So if you will, just shoot me. I just put my email address in the chat right there. You can see it. Jennifer Hill, who drives with the lead foot. Utah Defender. Wow. So, man, Danielle Brown has them. Man, everybody has. You guys all have tried. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. I need a new cop card, says Clown Patrol. Sure, buddy. I need your full shipping address. I need your full shipping address. Jordan, if you don't have one, cool. I'm hanging on by a thread. Working on getting my trifold. I'm hanging on by a thread. Okay, so I will check my email. Daniel, shoot me an email because I have one to give away. We've been on for like 4 hours now or something like that. Yeah, we're coming up on 4 hours. We're coming up on 4 hours. I'm going to get the flock out of here. Email me, Clown Patrol. I'll send you out a pair of cop cards. Love you, buddy. Put Clown Patrol on the subject line so I know it's you. deletelaws@gmail. Shoot me one, and I will send you guys off. Mikey B says, what is a trifold? Good for you. Mikey B's only been a moderator since I started. So, all right, I'm going to get the flock out of here. KT, thank you. I appreciate all your support. I appreciate all you guys' support. We've been on forever. We have a lot to do. I'm going to set a live stream for tomorrow morning so we can, maybe I'll just call the ACLU and the Institute for Justice privately and then air that recording. That might be a little easier for me. Gotcha. Roger Lane, so good to see you. Jilly, so good to see you. Thank you. Team DLZ. Remember, teamdlz.com will be up tomorrow. Love you guys. Thanks for coming. I'll see you on the next one. Later, Gators.